Can we end, please? I haven't seen my girlfriend for 3 days and...
Truffles _ just resubbed for 20 months.
Hi, Ronald J.
We Ashington von Beeford. How are you?
Yeah, doing okay.
I've noticed you playing a lot more late night Dotes than reasonable time.
Yeah.
Can we end, please? I haven't seen my girlfriend.
Yeah, I played like a bit of the
Dr. Jonas _ just resubbed for
haven't
51
played,
months.
haven't
Another
played
journey
much in the
into
last
the
couple
depths
of
of
days.
Scrub Dota begins.
Patch is sort of
Can we end, please? I haven't
losing
seen my
its
girlfriend
charm
for
for
3
me,
days.
even though it didn't have much charm in the first place.
I think it's decent.
Profit Guy just resubbed for 5 months.
It's like as good as the last, but you know, I wanted some freshness.
That's fair. You didn't think enough had changed?
Can we end, please? I haven't
No,
seen
not
my
really.
girlfriend
Do you
for
feel
3
like enough
days
has
and-
changed?
Well, I thought it was a really
Profit
good
just
patch
resubbed
anyway,
for 14
in all
months.
honesty.
How is
I mean, the
Schweiz
big
going?
selling point, or the big, I guess, change they made was the jungle, and they just made the jungle very strange, which is interesting in some ways, but it's not really that big a change in the grand scheme of things. It means jungling is a bit harder, but you know, there's no real map changes.
That most of the games are like just action all the time? Like I feel like
I feel like that was pretty similar last patch too.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of my games have gone quite long actually, but that's mostly because I'm playing Profit quite a lot.
Ah. Well, let me look at my recent games. I seem to be having a lot of 41-minute and around there, 30 to 40-minute games.
Yeah, I'm sitting around. My last 3 were 50, 48. Sorry, my last 4 were 50, 48, 45, 56. And then there's a couple around 40ish.
Right.
And then...
I've had a couple of longer ones in there for sure, but yeah, quite a few short ones. I don't know. I just think it's a decent patch. I agree.
It is a decent patch.
Not a lot changed, given that we were on that one patch for a very long time. It did feel like, other than the new hero, there wasn't a huge amount that actually changed. So
yeah, I mean, a lot of the heroes that were strong are still pretty strong. There's no like hero at the moment where I'm like, man, that's super OP that hasn't been OP for a long time. I guess like Tiny wasn't like super strong, but he was pretty strong. He was like one of the most picked heroes at TI, and now he's still really strong.
Please, I haven't seen my girlfriend for 3 days and...
Tiny honestly does my nutting, just how he can like one-shot people without any effort.
Which hero?
Tiny.
Oh yeah,
Tiny.
It's stupid.
Just walk up Silver Edge and the Shard, and you're dead.
I think what annoys me most about it is we were actually talking about this, about what is wrong with it. And if you look at his sort of tool set, at 15 minutes you get the Shard, which solves all the problems that you might have had of farming. Like, you buy the Shard and all of a sudden you've got an unlimited trees and you're just walking around farming really quickly and accelerating. The fact that Echo Saber exists means that it doesn't matter that Tiny has slow attack speed, because he's done like 1,000 damage to you with 2 right clicks with Silver Edge, right? He just goes blap blap, and that's you done. There's too many things that he has that he can get there early. It's too much. He can team fight.
He has the highest output of damage in the game of any core. I'm pretty sure. He's like probably top 5 tanky cores with most armor and most HP.
Yeah.
He can fuck up buildings like no other hero in the game apart
like,
from maybe
he
like
even hits buildings that hard. It's like what is going on? He does it all. He can team fight. He has a stun. He even has a save if you can toss people away. Like, he's got it all. And he doesn't have like a point in the game where it's like, oh, Tiny's fallen off, because he seems to get absolutely fucking enormous anyway, and just becomes even more terrifying. It's crazy. It's crazy. So the fact that he crushed it at TI, became like was one of the key heroes of TI, and didn't get nerfed is crazy, really. Because that's normally the way it goes. Is you know the hero that is clearly the #1 pick gets nerfed into the ground, but instead they just sort of didn't do anything. It was bizarre. We've got Eagle, Bommy, Bast, Clavs, and KBJ on one side. Stob, Wad, Bird, who I don't know, Cicero, and Dave. What a treat.
Bird was the... You remember the game where NZ FedEx was TA in the all-women's game for International Women's Day? And there was a Medusa that contributed heavily to their utterly appalling upset loss.
Yes.
That Medusa was Bird. And I believe maybe the first time in an appearance in an in-house almost got a KBJ.
I think you're right, yeah. I think you're right.
And then, of course, the next week we followed up by giving another Medusa player, Paragon, the full KBJ.
Yeah, well, that was deserved.
It was very deserved.
I think I need to lower the volume of the sub notification because it's incredibly loud at the moment.
I think if you're not very confident on Medusa, just fucking unbind your E. Like
turn it on.
You can have it off in the early game if you want a little bit, and then just click it on. Don't need a button to turn it on and off. Just have it on the whole time. You won't get confused.
I mean, this is a very early appearance in the evening for both Dave Yognor and KBJ.
This is true.
These are staples of Game 3.
And a Dave Butcher, presumably. And a KBJ Doc. And a Bommy B Axe. Everyone's speciality heroes coming out.
By
also,
God, it's got it all.
Speaking of the tiny thing, even in the patches where tiny carry was bad, like the patches previous to this one, the last one, Tiny Pos 4 had 2 spells that did more damage than Finger of Death, and he still they just didn't bring him down at all. He still is just crazy. I can't understand it. They just love some rocks. Just love the little rock man.
Yeah. I don't know what the deal is.
10 seconds
how are you two doing?
Grand, yeah.
But
Absolutely lost my mind at the Goons 2 days in a row.
I love seeing an apology from PFlax in the Discord, because you know the standard level of flamery does not deserve an apology. It must be something special to get that.
I couldn't speak for like 2 minutes, and then if you look at the stream, I'll show you the graph for the game. All right, this was Necro. I tried pretty hard this game. You know, I was concentrating and all the rest of it, and I was trying my best. And they were coming back into it. You know, it wasn't easy, but we were just literally we were still ahead. You know, it could be worse, could be better. We were winning, losing some fights. We at least could have turned things around, maybe get another item, whatever. But it was one fight, and the game was over. One.
It looked like you were on the way out of
yeah, I mean,
that game.
it was tough.
Was sloping away.
It was getting tough, but it was literally goon fights, and then the.
I mean, I wonder what happened at
fights.
What was that 22, 20?
At that minute, I think we. So I remember that we were pushing tier 2 mid, and they caught one of us out, and that turned into them catching all of us out because people just kept turning around just long enough. Yeah, so that was bad. But then, you know, we were doing all right. Thank you, Thomas. Oh, wait. Jonas gifted him the sub. Okay. So, yeah, it was just like, you know, we were still in it. It was getting harder. They had BKBs and stuff. We had a very magic-heavy draft. But I always felt once their BKB started to run down, we were doing all right. It was okay. But then, Y.O.S.O on Axe, which is why it's triggered me again, seeing this Axe in this game, just blindly, without a word, sees a 3-man crush and goes for it. And justifies it as, I'm sorry, I can't help myself. And the thing is, when he did that, Luke on Drow, of course, decides he's going to run in and try and fight as well. And then I'm like, if there's any way I can save these guys, I will go in. It was Y.O.S Slider, you're right. But I also associate Y.O.S Axe with Y.O.S because they're both capable of the same goonery. Jumping in there and losing us the fight. Like, diving past the tier 3s to the point where there's no way. And then we all get picked off one by one, and from that point on, the game is over. We literally lose because of that one fight. They take everything. We come back, we lose everything, the game is lost. And it's just frustrating that there's absolutely no sense of, my bad, guys, that's going to stick past that game. Like, it's literally, I just can't help myself. If you're getting the excuse in, you're just saying, this is who I am. And I'm just going to throw this game, and I'm going to throw every other game, and that's the way I am. But you just have to not
just
do
like
that.
though.
Yeah, but just don't you have to press 2 buttons to do it. You have to blink and crush. Don't press either of them. Don't blink and don't crush. It's easier not to do it than to do it. You can't tell me
the
that.
lads have it's been ingrained in them like fucking some Pavlovian effect where as soon as fight sounds start, they need to be casting their spells or they're going to be shouted at.
Right, but he started the fight.
3 months.
There was no chat. We had Drow hitting the towers. We have great counter initiation. We can do this. No problemo. They have to fight into us. Brilliant. But instead we did none of that. And we just threw ourselves past their T3 and of course everybody died. And it just does my nut in. And I said to the lads, when you play in the in-houses tonight, don't do that. And we're going to see tonight, someone is going to make some colossal throw and I'm going to point and laugh. Because I'm not in this game, so I don't give a shit. I think what we should be learning to do is that when someone jumps in a clearly terrible way, we all just run away.
That is my preferred strategy, but it requires... I mean, you'll listen to their piteous cries of pain.
We could have won that! Where
as
were
they're
the lads?
beaten into by 5 people. You have to be really cold-hearted to just turn your back on them. And it's the right thing to do a lot of the time. But it tugs at the heartstrings.
But when Y.O.S.O gone in and Luke's gone in, I'm like...
Yeah.
I mean, like, if I ditch them now, we've lost anyway. Like, there's a chance.
Well, you have a chance of being able to fight again. Like, they might not push as hard, or I don't know.
It's hard to say because sometimes I've called to leave a fight, and then people have ignored me, and we've won it, and you're like, "Well, shit, that's cool." But sometimes I don't call to leave a fight because I think we can win it and we lose. It's hard to say sometimes that leaving is 100% the correct thing to do. I think if 2 of your 3 cores are committed.
You gotta go.
There is no reason not to just fucking throw a few spells at there, because if you get Luke out, it's like play of the century.
Right.
But obviously it went wrong.
Just resubbed for 8 months.
But so that was what annoyed me this afternoon.
Thanks, Flax, for the show of these goons.
And it was very frustrating. So that was what I was apologising for, was I really had to go at Yoi, as I have again. But I'm not going to apologise this time because I'm not in game with him and I'm not talking to him. I'm just describing what happened and what infuriated me.
I also love the we tried. You apologised to Myers like a week or so ago, and we tried to go back through the Hell Let Loose to try and work out what caused it. Why did you need to apologise to Myers?
It wasn't Hell Let Loose. Hell Let Loose was fine.
Oh, was it Dota?
Yeah, the issue was Dota. Like, Cine had a go at him yesterday as well.
Cine Flaming Myers is so fucking funny.
Myers is very inflammatory, and he's always wants to get the last word in.
That is it.
He's one of those lads.
That is it. He's got something to say about everything, and a lot of it is bollocks. And I think
just gotta tune it out, like It's, There are a lot of lads on this Discord. I'm not going to name any names where it's just constant fucking natter.
Let's fucking name
them.
Let's go for it
and shame them.
I'm not going to name and shame them. They know who they are, but I'm just saying.
I don't think they do. If they're still nattering.
Well, I mean, they just
maybe they just can't help it. You know what? Maybe they just
can't help it. Yeah, Thomas is a good example.
Thomas is a fucking natter.
You won't,
that is true.
Leave it alone.
Luke is the opposite of a natter, but in an even more annoying way. He'll just say nothing because he's angry for an entire game.
Yeah, especially because more often than not, I'm angry with Luke.
Alright, what's happening in this game? I have not even looked at this draft at all. I'm seeing a head massive TA, which is terrifying.
I think he's doing this because we've kind of warned him that he might be too good for the in-houses.
So he's stepping out of his comfort
zone.
So I
think he's said, alright, if I'm too good for the in-houses, I'll show you that if I play mid, this is going to suck.
Are we interested in running the Dave Yognot hook prediction?
I am very interested in it, yes.
Just resubbed for 3 months.
Jeez, like what did he have last time? Like 1?
I thought he had less than 3 at 10 minutes.
It was less than 3, yeah.
I think it was 2
wasn't very
confirmed
good.
hooks.
What's he
say
laning against? Wait, hang on. What's he laning against?
He's laning, I think, with a Tide, and I'm presuming against an Ursa Witch Doctor.
But Kyle is the sort of guy who's going to get hooked all the time.
that's the thing.
It's Kyle.
This is literally like two bottom of the table clubs going head to head.
I'm going to go 4. I feel like it's low with 4.
Do you know what this is like? 4. Dave is like a striker for the bottom of the table team, or second to bottom. He scored 2 goals all season. He's gonna. There's one. He's gonna score 2 goals against this team.
Yeah, we haven't chosen yet. I'm gonna say 6.
I'm gonna say 4. But he's gonna.
So
it's
2,
gonna be
4s
like
and 6.
he's
All right.
doubled his tally for the season tonight, and it's gonna seem amazing. But you're actually gonna feel like, wow, that means he scored 4 goals all season. That's terrible.
Oh, I saw a fucking amazing clip of someone had tied themselves to Everton's goalpost or something like that.
Oh yeah, with a cable.
And the guards were trying to cut his zip ties, and the scissors they were using weren't working. And the commentator said the scissors are blunter than Everton's attack, and I love that so much.
Oh my god, he's gonna get another one in a second. I'm worried now.
I'm literally just
look at Kyle just hanging his ass out like this is a free hook. Dave, where are you going? Kyle has not moved in like 10 seconds. Okay,
he's still just staying still.
Standing stock still. Kyle can't even see the potential that this is going to happen. It's like it doesn't exist.
Standing in a place where you can hook lads. Oh my god.
Okay, still on 1.
Oh, these lads. Oh, bless them. Wait, they're both US, right?
They are both US.
So that there's a lag differential and equaler.
Yeah.
That's good. These are
Here
some
we go.
rough
Here's another
lanes.
one. Oh, he was about to swing it there.
He's definitely eyeing it up. I think Eagle is his target. He's kind of standing in the middle of the creek boat
I don't know
there.
if he wants to hook Eagle.
How could you not throw it there?
Yes! 2 before 2 minutes. This might be the quickest we've seen.
What's his
today.
record? Is it?
I think it's 6. I'm going to say 6.
I think it was 5. 5 was the highest one I remember. Can he break his record today?
I mean,
2 in less than 2 minutes is incredible.
It is true. I don't think I've ever seen Stob Slark, and he's struggling. He's level 1.
Oh, it's 3!
He's on 3! This is legendary performance from Dave.
Dave Apps, you guys are just glued to top. I've got to look at some other lanes.
Well, I always keep track of Dave Yoglot Pudge for the prediction.
You do
the
that.
fact that he's actually hitting hooks is unbelievable.
I'll cast with you as well then, Teleguess.
Play, keep us updated.
We can't both
you
be
can be
watching,
the fucking Chris.
We go to Jeff on the sidelines. How many hooks has he
You
landed?
won't believe this, Jeff! He's got 4!
Oh, it's a swing and a miss.
What's his name? I was going to say Chris Akabusi,
shouldn't
but
Head be getting owned here mid? He seems to be kind of owning.
Claps is dead.
Claps is just fucking dead. This should not be happening.
Yeah,
agreed.
What you normally do against Viper is you get meld early on. I'm not going to blame Head for doing that.
Kamara, Chris Kamara. Unbelievable, Jeff! He's got him again! Kyle is dead!
If he hits the hook, this is this build. Oh!
Did he get one?
No,
he did not.
Oh no!
I'm concerned.
I think Stob is fucking dead.
Wow.
Stob's dead. I'm deep.
I can't do anything here, guys. They've fucking killed me. This line is impossible. So, if you had a Stob soundboard,
yeah,
the one sentence you would need is, "This lane is really hard." Like he says it every time. Every time, regardless of the lane, this lane is really hard. Stobbie's biggest problem when he plays carry is he does not know how to lane at all. And he has a go at his supports quite often, which is fair enough. He's like, can you do something, please? And I think he really struggles. Because the thing is, you kind of hope as the carry that your lane is going to be, easy peasy, right? They're just going to leave you alone and... Oh, if Dave had been there, it's an easy kill on Eagle. Go look for it. Look for it.
We all dream of those,
Here it comes.
those easy lanes.
Kyle still yet to use any of his mangoes.
Yeah, he's only got 6 left. Wait, he started with 6.
He started with 6. Yeah, he's not used any yet. They're bringing out regen slowly but surely. Wait, no, sorry. I thought Eagle was going to bring out regen. He's bringing out a blaze of attack. Kyle is bringing out.
Very important for the Ursa.
A ward has gone down within range of a sentry here. It's bait. It must be bait. No.
Oh, if
It's
he's not
easy.
close enough, it's not a bait.
They trade observer wards equally. Oh,
He's
That-
slowed.
Dave.
Oh.
David. Yes,
oh,
David.
That's awful.
I think he's dead.
No, he's
Okay,
fine.
no. Eagle's pushed out.
Oh, kills are happening elsewhere.
That is a
TA
big
died
four.
and Disruptor
Yeah,
died.
yeah. Yeah, I think Klabs has got control over this lane again. Honestly, dying is probably the best thing that could have happened to him, just because he came back with full mana and full health.
Yeah.
And TA was not full mana and full health.
Bit spicy, these lads is indeed another classic. Wait!
He hits again. He's gonna get the kill.
Oh my
He
god!
has the kill. I mean, he's
And he tips him!
Count.
And
Five
he
in
tips
5
him!
minutes.
You got tipped! Oh wait, Eagle tipped. I thought,
No, the other way around. Yeah,
I
think
thought
he was
Dave tipped.
excited.
That would have been.
He could theoretically be on for an 8 or 9, which is crazy.
How many
We've
is he
still
on so
got
far?
5 minutes. He's on 5 at the
My
moment.
god, my god, what
And
is
we've
happening?
still got 5 minutes to go.
Oh, here we go. Hook straight off the TP, no?
He must have been
just
putting in
lining
practice
it
since
up.
his last performance.
Bird.
I feel like he's
Bird is
upgraded
so
his
bad.
items since the last performance.
Dave,
This is a new set.
He's taken a
Dave,
level
you're
of
not
fleet,
fudge.
which was a mistake. I feel he should have just...
Yes,
Woo!
Dave! Oh,
The logic was right when he's
Indeed.
trying to hit the sentry.
Oh, dear.
But
Eagle's going after him. He wants him.
is this where you pop the E? I don't even know
Oh,
how
he's trying to
Podge's
deny
new E
himself.
works.
Dave, why? He tried to
the
deny
long-range
himself.
bongo. Oh, I think
I think
Eagle might be
be in trouble.
Oh, nice blocking, Bird. Yes!
Yes, Bird.
Bird. Bird is the word. Bow. No, it's not the word. Get him! Yes, Bird, go!
Oh.
No die.
Oh, a bit sketchy.
A bird versus eagle. You're right.
Alright, Head has finally got meld. I don't know if he's going to use it for aggressive or defensive purposes.
You can dodge Viper Strike with it, right?
It's definitely you can, but what he did there is what you're meant to do with it. Just murder Viper because he doesn't have great armor.
Well, it's like the old TA versus Ember matchup as well, I guess. Just get meld early on, it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, there's
You'll
no
take
point in you
damage.
getting refraction that much really.
Yeah.
You probably
Eagle's
want to
running towards Dave with face boots. He's going to go for a
Yeah.
kill again.
Dave with the
Dave?
hook.
No.
No.
Dave not
Bird
interested.
was there for the intimidation factor.
We're going to pronounce it bird from now on, please. Or
Okay.
they should change
we'll
their
do.
name to that.
Bird.
Bird.
Here comes Bird, looking for a ravage mid, perhaps, or just walking about aimlessly.
I think he's
Just
just walking
walks
about
down
aimlessly.
here and then walks back up again. The goon stroll. Stobbie has gone
I think
in.
it's laning
this
with,
is unwise.
Stob does have 17 CS, which is not super good.
No, that's pretty dreadful.
Has been a hard lane
Eagle's not doing much better, I must say.
though. No, Eagle. I think the diving tower to kill a +4 Pudger and then dying yourself was harmful for Eagle.
Ooh,
He's
they
going for
are
the kill when he
going
gets
up.
up though.
The
Oh, it's
hook
a
is
miss!
off the mark.
Still only 5 for Dave.
Bird is down.
I think
Dave.
Eagle could just fight Dave as well.
Dave! That is absolutely appalling.
Oh god, I love watching KBJ play Dota.
I was going to tell him to
There's
get a
nothing better.
refresher, so if that happens, it doesn't matter.
Ed
but
dies, but he kills Klabs first.
he did.
That's quite a nice kill. He needs to get some stacks going, but yeah, again, Head doesn't really play mid that much, so it's not built into the systems.
Oh, Bummy B giving the taunt to stop. Who just
Dave's
needs level
tipping
6.
down bot.
Here comes Bird and
Dave.
Dave.
So both.
Ah!
All escaping.
Bird has popped a clarity.
But Bird's going to try and catch him down, but
Thingied. What's it called? Battle hungried. I just knew that was going to happen as soon as he turned up.
it's a really fantastic first 5 minutes, but obviously lost his mojo after that. Hasn't hit a
Yeah.
hook since.
Thesaucipule Bear just resubbed for 20.
Someone
Yeah, does
else-
that count as a -1 hook?
Yeah,
So back to
it
yes,
does,
yes.
it does.
Minus 1 hook.
-1.
Another
Uh-oh.
fight mid. I think Head is fucked here. Although he
No.
probably should you probably should be fine, yeah. Here comes Dave. Can Plague win the bet?
Here we go. He's lining it up.
No!
Oh,
Wow.
God, I don't know if there's enough time. 15 seconds
No,
is some mana.
I think we're all winners
It's
today.
a draw. Or
Well,
a
actually,
victory.
let's see. He's still... No, he's not going to make it. Yeah,
He's not going to have time.
He'll have like 2 seconds.
Here we go. If Dave does it on the instant.
No, he's not.
3, 2, 1.
No.
Oh, he's on
Oh,
5.
everyone's a winner at St. Barnabas's.
If he hits the hook now, though, come on. Why the head needs to give him some help, you know? Give him a slow or something.
Yeah, a trap. Get a trap down.
Yeah.
He's clearly shopping.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, he bought the tome. That's what he was doing. Very important work.
Why?
This is just the
He's got a
least
trap
effective
there.
gank. Did he like double tap R or something to cast it on himself? What was that?
I don't know why he put it there.
What is Dave still doing here?
I don't know.
Do something or get out.
Tower is under attack.
Oh.
Oh my
Oh
god.
no, head failed the dodge. Hook and save him.
Oh!
Oh!
Eat him, Dave, yes! Alright, I don't know if that was intentional, but it bloody worked.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
And they've... What's... Okay, so Axe is having the most dominant game of everyone. Eagle's going for a kill
We're
top.
in trouble. Oh, the bongo bounced to Dave! That's a disaster! Oh dear. Oh god. Oh god.
God.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I think he's still dead.
Yeah, no bongo to get him out for 3 seconds. Dave should be able to get at least an eat on him here. Or can he send a
Chuck it,
bongo?
Kyle!
Oh, he might be out.
Get out. Can he get out? When do we have
They have
another?
no mana.
They have one more gush.
Dire's courier has
They get a
He's out.
courier.
Magic stuff.
Actually, ow.
is under attack.
Here he comes.
Nice try.
That malady.
Yeah,
What was he aiming at?
Who knows?
You know, it's amazing.
Oh, head is dead.
Oh, he is.
Possibly. Oh, he's gone invisible. If he can get lads over.
There's one. Just
Help
just
him,
died
Head.
instead.
Where's fucking Bommy B? Can they get him first? Nice. Okay, he will die, but. Oh, the southpaw. Good try.
I'm. This Axe is. His CS is quite literally almost double anyone else's in the game. He's having a
Bommy is having
glorious
a...
one.
I think this is going to be... If he gets his blink and does shit with it, then this game is going to be incredibly hard.
I mean,
I
this
like
is a
Axe
level...
against most of these heroes. The only one I don't like it against is Disruptor, because he can
Yeah.
glimpse you. But other than that,
Bottom tower is under attack.
it's pretty fucking good. Slark, you can
And
call him out
this
of
is a
his
level
ult.
25 Dota Plus player as well. So he's in the sweet
Well-
period between 25 and 30 where you're actually really good.
Yes.
And then the second you hit 30, you're back to
A
straight garbage.
shitter again. Wow, Kyle.
Oh, he's going for the man fight.
Yes, Kyle.
He's killed
He's bloody got him.
Bird.
Eagle, just turn and fight, brother. What are you doing? You have your ult.
He's
Most cowardly fucking bear in the
so
universe.
Eagle is perma tilted. Okay, like I'm telling you, because I played with him the other day. The man's brain is broken. He needs a big game, a big performance, and a big dub,
Radiant's bottom
and
tower
some
is
confidence,
under attack.
because he is so broken. We played with his Wyvern. Me and Bob was in this deck. He'll attest. I've never seen a worse Wyvern performance. Like, it was... Every ult was as bad as it can get, and at no point did he save anybody. He just could not play. Like, it was like every time the ball hit him, it pinged off his shin. He'd get every pass was wayward. Every shot went out for a fucking throw in. It's like that. He needs some confidence. He hadn't got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been. I think he's just been trying to learn to play support,
Middle tower is under
and it just hasn't gone well.
He cannot play support. I
Here
told
comes
him.
Yeah.
Head. He's fucked up the meld. That could be important.
Does he have his Q?
Yeah,
He's got one more meld. Yeah, he's got him.
Oh my god, he's getting low. He's fine. He's fine. Just about. And who died? Stob died. Stob died to Axe, but they're going for Axe. If they can get this kill, it's huge.
Zephyr has
Glimpse him!
glimpse. I think
Glimpse
they're
him!
getting him.
I don't know.
Oh, they don't have
Oh,
mana.
I don't
He's in
know.
range.
They're actually not going to get him to Sethu, you goob.
Radiant's top tower.
That was not even using the E either was pretty poor.
Really bad. Just. Well, I was saving it for if someone else came in.
Swiftly to the temple's defense.
What's Bast going? Is he going classic pos for Wendy, who just builds like a shit pos mid
Well, he has a
or
Wraith.
3?
He has a Wraith band and a null.
And a null, which is really.
Tally.
Look, I will say I have not watched any
Oh,
pro.
Kyle is...
Oh!
Oh, you TP'd bot. I thought you TP'd base.
No levels in heal at level 8. Listen, friends, if you are a fan of Dota 2, the video game, and you enjoy playing the hero Witch Doctor, this is the guy you want to watch. Whatever KBJ does, copy that.
I mean, he's, as we were saying earlier, he's a level 30 Witch Doctor. He's played
Yeah.
it more than...
You definitely only get there by winning games.
I'm gonna say on this Wendy null tally Wraith band thing, I don't know if this is a new thing in Pro Dota. I don't know if there's some super efficient stat build, but it seems bizarre to me to have both.
Agreed.
So maybe he just forgot Wendy was an in hero.
At the
and then
very least, I
fixed his
thought you
mistake.
would be getting the bracer. I thought the bracer was the part.
I think the bracer is the best one as well, but yeah. Who knows? He should just be saving up for shard, really. That's all that matters at the moment. Past 15 minutes. Has anyone purchased their shards yet?
I'm still annoyed that Bob decided to delete the command about that thing that we had the stuff about.
Oh, they are going on the lads. This has not worked by Sisethra. He seems to... Oh my
Not a
god.
bad Ravage.
It is a good
It's a
ravage.
good
It's gonna
hit.
kill... Oh, that's a good eat. Just to
Oh,
break
it's a
up the
good
fight.
pull though.
Oh,
Oh, the
that's
bomb
big
goes!
from
The bomb
Kyle!
Oh my god!
Yo, mana!
Fallen.
Brunost, that's it, the Brunost command. No idea why Bob deleted it. Just not in
What
on the
is-
joke.
What is that?
Doesn't like it, therefore deletes it. It's some weird brown cheese. And it was just, we just looked it up. It was just a funny moment that, you know, was funny for the stream, much like the legumes command. You don't have, it's not all the commands are for everybody.
Is it just a description of what Brunost is?
Yeah.
Dire's middle tower
Right.
is under attack. Radiant's bottom
Well,
tower
Bob is a killjoy. We all know that, so not surprising
He
would
didn't
step
get
in
it, so given his god complex,
and
Bob
stamp.
Dire's
If I don't get it, it must not be funny. Okay, well, I'm just deleting it.
Bob, you know full well, as a long-time moderator and viewer and subscriber of this channel, that I don't read chat!
Yeah, please, I haven't seen my girlfriend for 3 days. And...
We can always re-add it.
The new sub sound of Y.O.S.O saying he hasn't seen his girlfriend in 3 days is... People
Is that
might
the
not
new
get it.
sub-sound?
Yeah.
It's a bit more contextual than Greg yelling cunt, but it's still very funny.
Also, I just think I got a little sick of just hearing, "You cunt!" like 50 times.
I know.
So
Yeah.
I kind of like, you know, it was a bit much. It was good, but it was too much.
It was good to like break up, like if it was like we were like concentrating super hard, and suddenly like Greg just like, you cunt,
Oh, attempt for the call, attempt for the hook, both miss.
and Dave is gonna get punished for his sins.
Head
I
is
don't
still
know
in
what
there.
Head is doing exactly.
Yeah,
He's
please, I
fine, mate.
haven't seen my girlfriend.
Oh, Kyle again with the big plays. It's not gonna work out.
Rose just resubbed for
Stobb's
13
going after him.
months. Happy in
Kyle with the
Oh,
stay still
image.
shadow amulet.
This is real save a friend syndrome kind of stuff.
Down, and Head also gonna go down. He fucks it. He fucks up that thing. This game is pretty much done and dusted.
Put it in the
Yeah.
books. Put it in the books.
Radiant's middle
You know, you won top lane, but then your Tide's first Ravage got no kills, thanks to Dave Yognot's beautiful hook, and his second Ravage got 1 kill. On the meanwhile, you're comparing the impact his Axe is having, who is 4-0 and 6 and crushing everyone.
It is Bird
Is it?
who
Yeah,
has not impressed us thus far versus Bomby B on his best hero.
yeah.
I suspect this may have been a little bit of an outdraft, or perhaps a little bit of a troll from one of the teams.
I haven't seen my
Putting
girlfriend
Stob
for 3
on
days,
pos 1 slot and Head on TA mid, although I understand why.
Yes, Dave!
They did. Yes, Dave.
I don't think they can kill Bobby.
They've got Ravage. They've got Ravage. Here it comes.
Maybe with the meld?
They can get
Yeah,
Bobby B. Oh my god, stop. Whoa, Roche is happening.
That was good.
They did get a couple of kills.
I think it's fair
That's
to
not
say
bad.
that recognizing when Ursa's doing Roche and just going for a fight with the rest of the team was
Yeah,
pretty good shot
really good.
calling.
Although I don't know if they knew he was doing Roche so much. As
Yeah,
they just
but at the very least they
decided
knew he
to
wasn't
take the
there.
fight. You know what? We
They
can
just
dress
knew
it
he
up
wasn't
like
there.
that. I'm happy to. I'm just saying I think it
Yeah.
was a happy accident, much like a Bob Ross painting.
Do you want to like do your best fogged impression and sort of explain how great they were for doing that?
I can't do an impression of the Yanis,
Radiant's top
unfortunately.
tower is under attack.
The problem for now for Radiant is their big scary spell is down, and Ursa has the Roche.
Agreed.
So when he just walks at them,
Which
I'm
he
not
should.
entirely sure what they do.
He's got
I
Diff
was-
and Blink and Phase, and he's almost got Basher. I don't know what they do to him. I really don't.
I've also just clicked on Stobbie.
Oh, and
who
this
has
is a
the
decisive
worst-
one.
Yep. So that's 4
And the dead
dunks, almost 5 dunks. He's cut
yeah,
by
please,
Eagle,
I
he's
haven't
pinging
seen my
him.
girlfriend for 3 days. And...
I haven't seen my girlfriend in 3 days.
Rooney just resubbed for 10 months.
Who lives with him, by the way?
Who lives with him? Yeah.
I wonder how long he was playing Dotes for, just in stacks permanent.
I just figure she's a gorgeous Italian, and she comes home, and she's like, "Yo-so, I am home. We have not made the love in 3 days." He's like, "I will quit this game of Dota. Lads, get it over with. Come on."
Middle tower has fallen.
She's like lounging on something, eating some parmesan and
Grapes.
gabagool.
Oh my god. It's just such an out of nowhere comment.
Oh, and afterwards he said, "And she's staring at me." Poor Y.O.S.O, like.
Oh yeah.
She's like, "You don't see me in 3 days, so you play a video game instead of seeing me."
Oh, I don't know what Eagle is doing here at all. This is crazy. Okay, he's escaped.
I got to your favorite
Gosh, damn,
gabagool, I got to the grapes, and parmesan, and nothing.
Oh, yeah, please,
I think Bomby B is now dead.
That's a big disruptor roll.
Oh, can they get head?
Just
Oh,
resubbed.
No, they
Eagle
can't.
don't-
That's
no,
only the
just
Aegis,
at the right
though.
time.
Here comes Viper. They don't have Ravage.
Yeah, the Ravage was very unfortunate.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
Oh.
Kyle was
He wasn't
being hunted
maledicted.
down.
Eagle's got in.
Stop dead.
Shit, I need a
Radiant's
new
middle
mouse.
barracks are under attack.
So yeah, Bird blinked in, ravaged, and was immediately, like within a picosecond of hitting Ravage, hooked out by his teammate Dave. I don't know, I think it was just a cock up once again. They might get someone here? I don't know, they're getting low on Dire, and they should be a little bit scared.
Under attack.
Clavs is still fine to click buildings, I think, maybe? Oh no, they are gonna
Look at 3 of the heroes. Eagle less than a third.
Can we
KBJ
glimpse?
less than a third.
Can we get a fucking glimpse?
It's on cooldown.
Oh,
5 seconds to go.
here we go. When is it gonna arrive? Prime 1 day. Buy now. Yes,
Well, yeah.
please. I need a new mouse. The buttons are going on this
Oh.
one. Job done. Thank you. Get that here, please.
Oh, the Y.O.S.O phone call was one of my favourite moments.
When he thought it was
entire
muted.
stream history. Yeah, just the whole conversation, whatever was happening. It's also the bit where you were trying to talk about the Dotes game or whatever and try and coordinate the lads, and Y.O.S.O was just shouting over the top of you about some random business thing or whatever.
Radiant's top tower.
All in Italian as well, which made it even funnier because we didn't even know what the fuck he was talking about.
I have good news for Stobbie. He's finally completed his Echo Saber, and that's all we have.
Wow.
If you glance at net worth, you will see that he is just barely above KBJ, which is how his game has gone.
Yeah, that's not great.
I'll be honest with you, Slark is a very tricky pick, I think.
And they're gonna get him here. Now KBJ has superseded him in net worth.
Under attack.
That's painful. KBG's almost caught up to Bird as well.
Like,
Almost,
I honestly think you need your lane to go pretty well as Slark.
Yeah.
Like, you know you're going to be pretty useless till level 6. You're going to have to fucking... Like, what are you going to do? There are certain lanes where it's really good. This is definitely not one of them. Axe wants you to hit him. Wendy can just run away. It's like, as bad as it gets.
Radiant's middle barracks has fallen.
It's also, I just don't think Pos 1 is really Stobb's specialty. He's a lunatic,
Yeah,
alright?
yeah,
You don't
yeah.
want a lunatic Pos 1. That's for your sensible and boring gamers. Your lunatics are your Pos 4s and your clockwork players, which is what Stobb is very good at.
The no follow-up. Sisedor is really fucking this. Oh my, that is just sad. That is
Look,
just
you got to
sad.
throw out some speculative ones every now and then.
So
okay?
I don't think the lads know how to play Disruptor. I really don't. Whenever they pick it, they always seem to be behind all the time, and he can be such a bully. And they never have any fucking money on a hero that's another support that's super easy to farm, and they never have any money.
I like the smoke where they smoked and they have no idea where they want to go, so they've walked around inside their base.
And they're leaving
invisible,
Stobb
so they feel
visible
safe.
top, by the way.
They look now they're going back
Yeah,
up
they
top.
are.
They started from top racks. They went down to bot racks and now going back up to top racks.
What? And now they're just gonna push it out.
Now dude, this is so painful.
Do you know why the lads smoke? Because they don't know what else to do. They're like,
Yeah.
shall we smoke? And no one is strong enough to say, no, that's a terrible idea. They know exactly where we are. We don't know where any of them are. Let's do something else. So they just always smoke. With no clear plan. Yeah, smoke. And they're like, where are we going to go? And they're like, I don't know. Let's go bot. No, let's go top. Let's go mid. And then the smoke runs out. And they're like, okay, never mind.
I think the trick is you just never 5-man smoke. 5-man smokes are fucking, they're way too hard to organise. Just pick some poor fool who you can happily sacrifice if things goes wrong and just smoke with them and bully them into coming with you. That's how it works.
I think the two or three man early on smokes are great. Later on, I think a full man smoke can be good. If both teams are kind of even, you know that there's like a hero you need to pick off. In goes Bird, the BKB from Clavs.
Where's the rest of the team?
He's just TP.
Dave, you
Oh,
deserve
that's
to
right.
perish.
Oh no, that's right. Mind.
Well, that's a BKB down on Viper.
That is.
Yeah.
What is that? What is that kinetic field?
Does he have the talent to reveal invis? Nope.
No,
I have no idea.
I don't know what that was. That was really something. What talent to reveal invis?
Yeah, it used to be a thing where does he still have that talent? Where things in kinetic field are invis revealed?
Are you sure that was?
I don't think I've ever heard of that talent.
It was.
Oh, Stobbie's
Clockwork Rocket.
potentially deed. No.
I don't think of Rocket.
Are
could have
you
sworn
thinking
there was
of Magic
I
Community
will-
and Cogs?
No, I was pretty sure that Disruptor had a talent that revealed invis within kinetic field. But maybe I'm thinking of Clockwork Rocket. I don't know. I was pretty sure though. I would almost say I was 100% sure.
What is this thing that people are linking? What is this clip that people are linking?
It might be the month vid that he posted in Goons that is worth a watch when the game is done.
All right, after the game we'll watch that.
Yeah, as people are confirming, it was a talent. Disruptor used to be able to reveal invis with kinetic field, and it was removed.
Really?
Yep.
Impressive.
I think it was removed in this most recent patch as well. Good Disruptor ulti. Good
Big
ravage.
ravage.
But Head's already dead.
They've lost
I
Head.
don't know. They could definitely do this. Okay, they can't do it.
They can't do it.
Eagles arrived. Eagle got sent
Stobbie
away.
needed 5 seconds for his ult.
Okay, now they just need to go push building. They need to dive anymore. Okay, calm down, lads. What are they doing? Just go bot. Just milling about. You don't need to fight anymore. You've won the fight. Oh my god.
He's been hacked. At least he has BKB still.
Alright.
Doesn't matter.
Now you've given enough time for Tia and Slark basically to come back up.
Can you lads either fucking call it or win? Because this is getting boring!
It was a game that was realistically over about 15 minutes in. But we've stretched it to half an hour. Dave is going to continue
2K, these lads are not 2K. The 2K walkabout, a lot of them wish they were 2K.
I'm sure Kyle is like 500, 600 MMR, something like that. I think Eagle might be near 2K. Clavs is probably above 2K.
Klaus is very temperamental though. He's had some shocking performances recently, but this is much better. But maybe it's just the hero is flattering him against TA.
Yeah, it's a good pick. It's a scummy pick, but it's a good pick.
His face, I feel like he played a faceless void game.
Oh, this is good from Scepha. He's done a good thing.
It only took half an hour.
They are going to lose the top ranks. Okay, they've jumped in on the Disruptor. That's a dunk. How many dunks is he on now? 7.
I'm back.
So that is 14 armor for him at the moment. Wow.
I've
Goes
had,
up to 21,
I had
right?
10 before, and then you get the talent and it goes up. I took the +1 bonus armor because you just need to
Yeah, he took
cull
150 culling blade damage.
like, which is bad. Like you would have 21 armor now. Think about it.
600 damage on culling blade is a lot. Holy shit.
It
That's
is.
up to the threshold as well.
But you shouldn't need it.
You're right. You should just be able to eyeball it better. Get a better noob.
One little block.
Oh, they get
Should
caught
they
by.
be really jumping in like this?
Do you know what this is? This is another 5
This
minutes
is what
added
Yoi
onto this
did.
game.
This is what Yoi did. Just dived in. Oh
Why
my
are they not
god!
pushing off him? Oh my god, Jesus Christ.
I would say that was quite quick reactions on the Ravage from Bird. That was pretty
You mean
game
Bird?
saving.
Yes,
Ooh.
Dave! Oh my god. Oh my god, the Ag's ult was huge.
I think
That
Bird
is,
is
that
dead.
is a pop from Bubba Bird. And Head is probably pretty fucked too.
He's dead.
Dead.
Another hook.
Kyle is hooked. Kyle
Stobbie
is
is
pretty in
in.
trouble. Yeah, and that's everyone fucking dead. Now they can take
Please call it.
Yes, thank God.
Yes.
Successful for the MVP, calls it.
Turn
this tide to our advantage.
Dire victory.
Well, that was just an outdrafting, I think, at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
It's Eagle's birthday.
Is it? Oh, happy birthday.
And you called him you said he had a broken brain earlier.
He does. Man's brain is
He has
busted.
shattered confidence,
He
it is
is.
true.
Look, just
hopefully
because it's his birthday doesn't mean we can't not tell the truth, Blake.
But hopefully this has boosted his confidence a bit. He had an alright game, though his laning was pretty shocking. Thanks to
Did you guys
Master.
have your audio on, by the way? Correct.
Nope.
God no.
Okay, well done.
Thank you.
I haven't had it on in weeks.
Well, Y.O.S.O hasn't had it off in weeks, so...
Please, guys.
I haven't seen my girlfriend in a 3
Oh yeah,
days.
please. I haven't seen my girlfriend for 3
Is there any reason it wouldn't be at least an on for Bomby B?
Aerosumbros just
not an
resubbed
MVP.
for 75
Yeah,
months.
probably.
When people ask me
Yeah,
what
Bomby
part
B
of
had a
being
good
here
game.
is
Just
my
ban his
favorite,
axe, lads.
I
It's not
answer
really
with,
that
Hearing the
complicated.
casters will
Yeah.
live
Oh,
slowly
let's see
drain
this
as the
month
games
vid
drag
then.
on and on and on and on.
Or is this only the
Oh yeah,
5-second one?
please. I haven't seen my
Yeah, it's
girlfriend
the
for 3
5-second one.
days.
Joey Peppers just
I
resubbed
see.
for 14
Okay.
months.
Thank you for the subs. Eris says, when people ask me what part of the in-house is my favourite, I answer, hearing the caster's will to live slowly drain as the games drag on and on and on. It's true. It's just when it's obviously over. Like, not in a, oh, this is going to be hard, but they are camped outside our fountain and we're still fucking going for it sense. Like, it's just rough. Griff with a
It's
rare
when
in-house
it's like
performance.
they pick someone off who has no buyback, and they get someone else who then buys back, and they back off a bit, and then they get another catch who then buys back, so they back off a bit, and then by the time they clear through the entire row of buybacks, getting one-off picks, the first person's respawned again, so they still can't push, and you just want to cry. You just want to cry because you know it's going to take another 5 minutes, or maybe they just go Roche again for no reason. The game is already done and dusted.
Yeah. Matey Patati in the in-houses with Y.O.S.O. It's the Italian
Matey
stack.
Patati and Eraptoron.
Oh, I know what this is.
Y.O.S.O.
I know what this is. I know what this is. This is two teams fighting it out for the right of which team gets to use the Italian flag or the Ireland flag, because they're both claiming that one stole it from the other and changed one
I
colour.
see.
That's the joke.
Yeah,
Even though what
well,
it should be in an
I think
ideal
the Irish
world.
should be complaining about the Ivory
Coast, the Cote d'Ivoire flag and the Irish
Have
flag.
we got any Cote d'Ivoirians in here?
Can we knock up 5 Cote d'Ivoirians into a stack, s'il vous plaît? That would be the poggest of stacks, but no. By the way, here's a little news item for you. A patient who is completely locked in and I'm unable to communicate. Locked-in syndrome, also known as pseudocoma, is a rare condition where people are conscious and can see, hear, and smell, but unable to move or speak due to complete paralysis of their voluntary muscles. As a result of the progressive neurodegenerative disease, amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, or ALS, okay? And they've come up with this new device that allows your brain to give control to a computer, command a computer so you can communicate with people. That is incredible.
Wow. That is honestly amazing. I wonder how long that took. Must have been
years.
Decades.
So some can communicate with blinking or moving their eyes, but those with completely locked-in syndrome cannot even control their eye muscles. In 2017, doctors at the University of Tübingen in Germany enabled 3 patients with CLIS to answer yes or no by detecting telltale patterns in their brain activity using a technology called functional near-infrared spectroscopy. But now they've advanced it so they could even enable them to spell out words with a classification accuracy of 70%, which is pretty fucking good when you look at zeros so far. That is amazing. Where is this vid from Munt?
It's in Goons. It's the one with all the Keck reactions to it. It's literally like 5 messages up, so...
Oh, I see.
So I guess this also has like...
How can I open this?
Can't you just play it? Or...
Yeah, but then how can I show it?
Show your Discord.
Click download in the top right.
I downloaded it. Let me see if I can find it here.
It's only a 5-second video. I would not labour too intensively over it.
Oh, I see.
It's only 5 seconds, but...
Nice argument, period. Why don't you back it up with a source?
My source is that I made it the fuck up.
Alright, yeah, everybody knows that meme. Oof!
Yeah, he's not happy about something.
He's not happy about that last game. Who could blame him? Oh wait, get in the channel. There we go.
Yeah, I wonder if this locked-in sort of solution is going to have like a sort of wider, going to have a wider use. I mean, it sounds, you know, for all this simulation bollocks, you know, it sounds like it might be useful being able to read someone's mind of what, you know, what they I mean,
are
thinking
within our lifetime. There's no doubt in my mind, to be a little on the nose, that things like your phone you can answer it by just thinking about it. Like, it's completely possible that that'll be a thing. That your phone rings and you can answer it. You can have a conversation just in your head. That'll be a thing. There's no doubt. The idea that why on earth not? There's no difference between the signal.
A couple of pads on your head to detect those brain waves.
I mean, people were happy to have one of those little Bluetooth in-ear things to answer phones. You pop one of those in, that's close enough to your brain, reads it, and you can have a conversation without actually having to have it on a train. You could just sit there silently listening to stuff, because there's no doubt that it's completely possible. The brain is complicated, but we used to think that everything was complicated.
Man, how weird would that feel for the first time?
Hearing a movie in your head?
Or just like having a conversation with someone in your head. That would be so fucking weird.
Yeah, it would.
And like not being able to say anything, like you just sit there stock still, just That's so weird, dude. That's so
It'll
weird.
happen. It'll happen. It will 100% happen. Like, we're going to get to the point where, especially as computers get more advanced and you can fit them into a fucking phone, that technology exists. I mean, my phone can read my fingerprint very accurately. And that's something that, if you said 20 years ago, you'll have on your screen, not only will it be touch sensitive, but it'll be able to read your fingerprint. People would have said, don't be ridiculous. That sounds really hard. But it's actually really easy, right? All these fucking phones have it now. Think about all the shit your phone could do. When I first got my first phone in like 1999, it couldn't do fucking anything. And now it's like a computer. It's more powerful than the computer I had at the time. And in terms of reading brain activity, it's only a matter of time before they figure it out. And it would be tailored to you. So it would take maybe a little while to get used to you. It would say like, that would be the thing that pops up. Instead of saying, do you allow this app to record your voice and text? It would say, do you give permission to this app to read your mind? And you'll say, yeah, go for it. And it'll say, it'll take a few weeks to calibrate, but answer these questions and just think of whatever you're seeing on the screen. They'll show you a picture of a chicken. You just think, that's a chicken.
10 seconds.
And then, do that for a bit, and it's got the patterns for a few things. And then over the course of your ownership of that phone and some cloud processing somewhere, it'll have your brain waves for certain things. Easy. And yes, absolutely, they will use your brain to advertise to you. Guess what? What's the difference between that and the shit you Google? Genuinely. Because I'm Googling every fucking thing that pops into my head. If you don't want it, just don't use the phone. If you want to opt out, go live in a fucking cave. I want to be able to control things with my brain, because that would be amazing.
Radiant team ban. Dire team pick.
Just think how often my computer would say, it seems you're looking for porn. It's like, no, computer, please. I'm just chilling.
Radiant team pick.
I like that. Like some sort of Roman legion, Scipio's Helm and Joys have hired the mercenary company of the Wises.
Radiant team pick.
They've got the Wise company, Daniel and Stegosaurus, the two champions.
Two mages.
2 out of 3.
Two mages to stand at the back and launch spells over the brave legionnaires.
Dire team.
Griff and GrumpyNerd are definitely Irish. I assume that Eater of Gravel is. Griff is actually from Shane.pfu. That's the Potato Farmers Union. That's Shane's on.
Yeah, Hunter is not. I know that for sure.
I believe. Yeah, they had to recruit in
There's
one.
been some filling
One
in
of the
here.
one of the Irish lads who was approved is someone who Eri denied weeks ago to play at all in the in-houses for being too good. So they had to make a last-minute addition of Hunter.
Well, Griff definitely ain't too good for the in-houses.
Oh no, Griff is right where we want people to be, I think.
Le Grip!
Are there any Irish heroes?
Well, Luna is vaguely Irish in that her accent,
Vaguely Scottish.
her accent could be a
It's
terrible.
ambiguous.
Yeah. She could be a terrible impression of someone being Irish.
Is there anyone else? There's not really. So.
Not really.
We've got a couple of Frenchies in PA and DP.
Pango.
Pango, yeah, Pango.
Where's there any English heroes in there?
Yeah, we got Bristleback and Butcher.
Yeah, but they're all Cockneys. They don't count. They're barely people.
Well, I mean, what do you want? The fucking Queen's English? Hello. I don't think there's any of
Grimstroke.
those.
Grimstroke seems fairly English to me.
Is he? I mean, I don't want. I mean, I guess. Do you know what, Ted? If our 3 heroes were Grimstroke, Pudge, and Bristleback, I don't think I want to be English anymore. Like, it's just like the worst. Pudge is just some like fat lad who just hooks lads into the bushes and feasts on them. Bristleback sprays everyone like he's on the fucking tube with all this.
Good shout.
His
Also
Slog
Cockney.
is okay.
But he's Cockney as well, so he's part of the unincluded.
And then
Wait,
fucking,
let me listen to Grimstroke's lines. Hold on a sec. Say something. Grim, say something. How can I get to talk?
Just Google Grimstroke's voice lines, and there's a Wikipedia page with them all in.
Yeah.
Radiant team pick.
He sounds pretty posh. So he can't be American. Audio. Responses. Here we go. Come on, play it.
My time comes. Theirs comes to an end.
5 seconds.
The battlefield is merely a canvas, waiting for my brush.
That's vaguely, I'd say. Willow is not a... She's Australian, isn't she?
Well,
Willow is just Willow's come from the lunar vein, I think, of being pretty ambiguous.
Let's listen to Willow.
Marcy's British.
She just says, "Come on, chicks," and things like that. She sounds... What about Hoodwink is definitely an Aussie, right?
Yeah, Hoodwink is 100% an Aussie. Someone said, "Isn't Pudge meant to be an Aussie?" He literally has a set where he's got UK flags everywhere.
He also has a set where he has a drooping Manchu mustache, so I don't know if sets are what we go off of.
True,
Wilbur
but are you arguing
says
that
she's
Pudge
a
is
Kiwi.
Aussie?
Apparently,
No, I'm Pudge is
not.
definitely English, but saying that Pudge is English because he has a UK flag on a set is he's English because his accent is from the UK.
I don't know, dude. I feel like that is very, very specific. Like having a themed set is like whatever.
You
Like,
look up
if
the
he
Oriental.
just had like a top hat, bro, I'd be like, okay, that's a bit like, it's just a theme.
All right,
He's just plastered the UK flag.
Marcy is British. Prove me wrong.
No, that's what Mud said.
Oh,
I can't prove you wrong, but you also cannot prove yourself right, given that
I
she
can. I know her.
10 seconds.
You know her.
Mm-hmm.
You're the
Prove me wrong.
You're right. I can't. You know her. That's fair enough.
Team pick.
I refer to @Munt video just right now. Sources: I made it up.
I made it the fuck up.
Greg was pointing out, I think quite rightly, that Munt of all people should not be creating that video, given his consistent and unceasing rumor creations about Greg.
Almost entirely, indeed, about Greg. So yeah.
Yeah, and then in that conversation, Munt made up another one where he said, "Greg, didn't you tell me yesterday that you thought smoked foods were cooked using cigarettes?" Which is, again, just another completely fucking made up thing.
How does he come up with this, though? I don't even understand.
That's what I was saying. Like, he's a comedic genius, but yeah, he's underappreciated.
But like, he's so quick on the Greg stories. Like, I don't know how he comes up with them so quickly.
I like to imagine.
There's very few things he has such a talent for.
I agree, but I would like to think that Munt sits around in the morning. He's having his coffee or whatever, and he's chilling out. He's reading things, and something just pops into his head that he could say Greg believes, and he's like, "Oh, I'll use that one later," and he does. Like, he just must think of them every morning.
At this point, ESM must start getting angry because all of his creative energy is going to Greg Lies,
I agree.
not to social media.
ESL should be livid. If they saw how much genuinely good content I get from Munt for free, they'd be questioning why they're paying him anything at all.
Not only for free, he pays you.
He pays me! By God, you're right.
On that topic, when we get in the tip jar up.
10 seconds.
Oh,
Yeah, you've already made £2 from Kazar.
Who, me?
No, Ashram, when we mentioned we should be getting paid for this.
Oh, yeah, the tip jar.
Kazar
The
tipped
tip
in
jar.
for £2 to Ashram.
Sorry, I forgot. And I didn't pass it on either. I'm keeping it all.
Can
That's
one of them all open up the betting pool? Because people are crying and I can't do it on my phone.
These fancy mice went by themselves.
How many did you go through?
Radiant team.
It's every couple of years I have to buy a new mouse. Maybe
I think that's pretty standard, to be
18
honest.
months. I click a lot.
go-
If you've seen me play, I click a lot. Too much. Someone asking if they want to that they are a graphic designer who wants to top up my stream. How dare
10
you?
seconds remaining.
I've already done that, as you may have seen. I've changed the sub
5
notification to say
seconds.
goon
Oh,
count.
wow, it's a different font
It's
as well.
spooky.
It's very spooky.
That's
yeah.
the name of the font, is Spooky. So
Oh, I see. It's just spooky.
don't
Well,
need you.
the-
Thanks for the offer, but I don't know if you've been watching the stream lately, but as you can see.
You also you have your sub count going vertically down the side of your stream. Something which is just a
Very
brilliant
snazzy.
innovation in the
Yep,
world of streaming.
Exactly.
You have a
very
stream
true.
deck, right?
Well, yeah, technically.
You could do some cool stuff with that,
I could, but
but you won't.
no. Lewis sent it to me about 3 years ago, saying you need a stream deck. You can do all kinds of cool stuff with it. You should use this. And I was like, okay. And I just never bothered with it.
Are there actually no mods in chat? Why is no one opening bets?
Well, Aries in chat.
There were like
but,
10 mods in chat.
Yeah, but they keep
Spanish in
talking
chat.
around people asking someone to open bets, and no one opens them.
Open the fucking bets!
Are there any Italian heroes in Dots?
Oh, I don't think so. Well,
What would
I
be
mean,
the point, mate?
Mars-
They just run
Mars-
away.
Mars is
Mars
fairly...
is technically.
They just run away when the
Italian.
fight starts, wouldn't they? Easy. Little Italian joke for you there, Italian viewers. They'd surrender at the first sight of
Zeus
fight.
has the Mario
Zeus
taunt.
Zeus is Greek, right?
Yeah, but he has the
Yeah,
Mario
So
taunt.
he does have the Mario taunt, but it would be Jupiter if it was Italian.
Are they opened?
They are opened.
He's on his
We did
phone, Bob.
You cannot. The command does not work on the phone. For some reason, I don't know why actually.
Please, I haven't seen my girlfriend for 3 days.
Thank you for the
Who's
sub.
your Paddy? I love that
The
fucking team name.
younglings just resubbed for 1 month.
That is good. That is
That
good.
is fucking brilliant.
Well, they've got Omni, so they won.
Prepare for battle.
Yeah, that does. The series seems really fucking strong. But again, last week, whoever was playing it maxed E, which we concluded was terrible.
Yes.
On
You just get like
Heavenly
1 point
Grace
for value.
is the thing.
That's sad. Okay.
Is there anything else interesting in these picks? We don't see Queen of Pain much, especially not on Daniel. Though I do. This might be not true, but I feel like Daniel
What
plays
the
Queen of.
fuck is he doing? What's Y.O.S.O doing?
He's farming up the bash, so he's got bash to the deep
Oh, I
ready.
see.
He lost
Wow.
400 health for that.
Impressive work from Y.O.S.O.
So,
That is actually like kind of.
That is-
That's kind
That
of
is
smart. But
very,
his team
very
is
cool.
his team is so far ahead. He's not going to get there. Or is
Go
he?
Y.O.S.O.
He's trying.
He's coming in for a bash.
Do they have Nightmare? They need to Nightmare him to get it. He doesn't have Nightmare. They're not going to get him. That's so funny. He did all that. He did all that, and then his team fucked
They
up
just
for him.
stood so far forward. The lads, again, just displaying their true colours of being fucking useless. And now they're going to get 1 rune? Maybe 2. They should get 2 here.
I think it's 2.
Grumpy Nerd loves this
The
silencer.
battle begins.
I also don't think I've seen PL at all this patch, so I'm worried that this hero is.
I played against the
Bit
PO
useless.
in my crazy game.
Oh yes, your most clippable moment of all time.
Yeah, 2 different channels.
I
Put it up.
know. You're fucking flying to stardom.
Remember me.
And then he immediately the only comments were just backseating,
Yeah.
backseating him and telling him he played shit.
On the second vid, they were much more appropriate. They
Oh,
were
I,
like,
I
wow,
didn't check this. Second.
this guy's so good and hot.
That means
Wanna
that
play it.
they're
Was
just
that on
all
your
second
channel or
accounts, of
something?
course.
No, that was on some other channel. It had a lot more views on the other channel.
How many did it get?
The second one had like 10,000 views. And the first one had like 2,000. Oh my god, Hunter is fucking in trouble. Puts down the hammer.
Oh,
Just salve off and gets it cancelled.
nice.
Honestly,
That
that I mean, it might well be like the best thing that has ever happened to me in Dotes. It's very akin to that plague rampage with the Pog team play, whatever. That
Oh,
thing.
this, yeah.
Yeah, it was
That was a
a
great
hype
moment.
moment.
But that's Bob's great moment. I didn't really do much.
You
Whoa,
clicked
that.
now hold
I
on.
clicked.
You did
There
what
was-
you
there
needed
was-
to do as the character.
I did what I did what I need to do.
You were
don't
the
get me wrong.
Ronaldo of that situation. You were, right in there in the 6-yard box, putting in the goals.
True. You know what? You're right. I did everything in that fight. It wasn't a blind, perfectly placed ravage. It was me, the Sven.
This silencer is really bullying Daniel. And
Can't
yet,
believe we got rid of that.
and yet
other
Daniel
command.
is level 3.
What other command?
The throw 34.
Oh, the third
he got
command.
49.
Because it had music on it. Because you
Yeah.
stream with music like a little
I'm-
degen.
It's why I don't stream anymore. It's because I'm not gonna give up listening to music. I refuse. And I also cannot be bothered to do what professional streamers do and set up different audio channels so it doesn't get recorded. Because that sounds like a lot of
Are you
effort.
saying I'm not a professional streamer?
I'm
Because
saying
I
the
don't do that?
ones that want to listen to
The
music.
ones that are good. I heard you.
Yeah, exactly.
You're very experienced. Not
I
necessarily
could do
professional.
all this shit, but I just can't.
Yeah, but
fucking
for
be
you,
arsed.
it's not worth it, right? Because you're
It
not
doesn't matter
interested
for
in
you.
having music.
Yeah, I mean, when
on your
you
channel.
want to talk, you're a bit like me. Like, music is a bit too much if you're trying to concentrate on the game. and talk to
Exactly.
the
I
lads.
can't. I find it very hard to listen to music and do anything else.
Whereas I was, even in CS, I would listen to music because
Yeah, you're crazy.
That is
You are
shocking.
crazy.
I just couldn't function without it. Just get too bored.
Just gotta live in the moment. You Zoomers these days. Just lose attention just like that.
So Daniel is maxing Shadow Strike. The key to Shadow Strike is you need to fucking click the enemy. But that's going to be very hard for him against Silencer because Silencer can orb walk with his shit and puts out a ridiculous amount of damage, seemingly. So, but he needs to put it down, even just for the heal.
Oh dear.
I
Oh
mean,
dear.
fights like this actually go quite well for Quap.
This is what he needs to be able to do.
He has put a couple more dots on him that he didn't need to, but I think he's
Indeed.
fine. for the time being.
This
Yeah,
is when
the
he
E was
should
probably
be
not worth it.
using
Maybe
his
bottling up.
salves or bottling or anything. Would be pretty pog. I
the other
do
reason
think.
I got-
Sorry, go ahead, Plague.
No, you go ahead first.
I was going to say, I think the issue with Silencer this game that he's going to find is that the enemy team has 3 very natural BKB buyers in CK, Quap, and Slardar. So he might find it hard to really have much of an impact, but we'll see.
There's a big man fight going on here, and
Oh.
it pays off.
Daniel has victoired. The wise mercenaries are proving a useful addition to the
He didn't even have
Scipio
a
army.
cooldown for that. He just,
Oh, the
he just
Hoodwink
read.
died too, as did the Banya. Go and get the rune, Daniel. You need to fill your bottle, brother. Just kill these with your just give him the scream. You gotta go get the rune. Yes.
Who's pogging off on the old last hits?
Mars is doing alright.
Mars is doing pretty decent. Everyone is fairly below what what a good lane would
Right.
be at, to be honest.
I'll be honest with you. I feel like generally speaking in these in-houses, the lads that focus on playing as off-lane tend to be a little better, and I think that one of the reasons for that is it is much harder playing off-lane than playing safe lane, and I think a lot of people pick
I don't
5
know.
because they're shit.
These days, safe lane is really kind of hard, and off lane is not too bad because you have a support who's like really ready to do things, and
This is a kill.
it just feels. I mean, back obviously in the past when it was 3v1, I'd agree with you, but
Right. I disagree.
off lane's kind of fucking easy.
I think it is still quite hard. I think it is still quite
It's
hard.
quite hard, but I don't think it's significantly harder or any different. To
Alright,
safe.
let me rephrase it. It's harder to stay alive and get anything from the lane. In the safe lane, if the enemy team pushes it up and goobs it, you can always get something from the lane, right? And you can pull and stuff like that. I think for the off-laners, what you've got to remember is that when they're playing safe lane, the POS 5 is not going to fucking do anything in these games. The POS 5 in a decent pub game will at least try to harass you and pull and shit. POS 5 in these games ain't going to do shit. They're not going to fucking pull. They're not going to properly harass. They're going to hide the whole time. So it makes them look so much more powerful. It makes the offlaners look so much more powerful because it's easy. You don't really have to do anything.
I think TI was, it was the patch of POS 1s for TI for sure. It was all about stacking and getting as many buffs you can put down on your POS 1. And I think the patch changes of massively nerfing jungle and nerfing stacking reflects that. That they wanted to make it a less carry orientated patch.
Yeah. I also think one of the things that it did was, if you think about how many games we complained where we would crush the lane and they would go and farm in the fucking jungle for 5 minutes and it was like the lane never happened. And they'd all caught right back up. If you make the jungle harder, it means that, first of all, laning well really, really fucking matters. And also it means that if it's a fighty meta, and you lose the lane, you get punished for it. Because you start losing objectives earlier than you might have previously. The enemy team is ready to fight. They're all fucking 5-manning at 10, 15 minutes. And you don't have that catch-up time that you had previously.
Especially with shards now being available at 15 minutes. Whatever heroes you're picking are largely just, do they want to buy shard or not? And if they do, they're probably going to be a good carry hero. Because they can buy shard, and it doesn't matter what items they have or what lane they have. They'll still be able to contribute just because of shard. Which I think, you know, it's an interesting direction to take the game in. I don't know if it's going to stay for many patches, but it definitely shakes it up quite a lot.
Man, they are really bullying this Omni.
Yeah, it's
oh, there
rough
goes
for
the
him
fucking
versus...
buff. Woo!
I wonder if he's not like purging Jakiro's Q or something, because I feel like he's getting bullied more than he should be.
So he's heavenly gracing at the start of the fight.
Yeah.
So they like before they go on him, he's heavenly gracing for the bonus strength.
I think that's probably incorrect when you're against dots.
Agree.
But I think it's also that PL doesn't want to help him very much. If you look at PL's build, he's not maxing Q. Which
no, the PL is just farming.
I wouldn't max Q either, but if you want to, if your support tells you I want you to help.
But why would you max
fine.
Phantom Rush of all spells?
It's your best farming spell because of the cooldown on the bonus agi. So you can just farm jungle really quickly by stepping away from the creeps and then charging back in again.
They're going on Arab. They put the global down. Quap does have ult. They're going to lose someone here. Quap with a big scream. Matey Potato still in trouble. Doesn't have mana for anything, and they get 2.
I don't know if Alex can stay there, especially now that what's his name, Eater of Gravel has missed his stun. I would go for this on Daniel.
Well, yes.
But he is. It is hard. Obviously, I can see health falls and mana, and I can see cooldowns. So it's a lot easier for me to say that. I don't disagree with backing off there. But
so the bonus actually lasts 1.5 seconds, according to the tooltip.
When you get to them and hit, yeah, it lasts for 1.5 seconds. But the point is, if you constantly, when you're farming creeps, if you're constantly backstepping and then charging back in again, you're doing a lot more damage.
Oh, right, okay.
So you need the cooldown to be really low.
They did kill the Mars. Arab and Matey Potato.
Hunter's battling out top, but he's just gonna die.
I think if Hunter has a really bad game, if in these fights they just focus him, that's going to make things a lot easier. Just blow up the Omni. He's going to have nothing. He's got brown boots, and he's very poor, and he's been struggling. Oh, Global's gone down. GrumpyNerd looking for Quap, but Quap had a haste rune.
But Quap is still taking a lot of tick damage.
Is indeed. They managed to kill Matey Bot with the Mars ult. Daniel is okay.
I think what they're doing quite well with Silencer ulti is, even when he's popping it for himself, bot lane seems to be capitalizing on it. Like in that situation, he pops it for the fight with Quap. But bot lane immediately goes, let's try and kill someone whilst it's silent. Which is generally a sign that you've got quite a good offlane player or a pos 4 player.
This is actually a really hard Bane game with the Silencer.
Oh like, yeah, good god.
It fucking sucks. I don't know what he does.
Even with Ags, it doesn't change it.
Right.
I guess you have to go like a Lotus Orb or something. I don't know what better purge there is. I wouldn't go a Yules, which is what he is going. Given that, who are you Yulesing?
So Griff isn't doing the Phantom Rush farming technique, as described.
No, well,
oh wait, now he is. No.
He's just getting to camp from it. If you're very good, you are keeping track of the cooldown, and every 4 seconds you are stepping back with your main hero and charging it again for 40 bonus agi. But it's like tread swapping, you know?
Right.
It's just something you do rhythmically, you don't think about it.
Well.
But if you don't have that rhythm built in, you're never going to remember to do it.
Yes, indeed. As a non-tread swapper. I only do it when I'm like about to die, and I'll switch to strength for the extra health.
Yeah, but that makes sense. At least, I think what I find is, especially with neutral items, which I constantly sometimes forget I have, like the essence ring and things like that. I'll just like, in moments of desperation, I'll just be looking at my inventory like, is there anything else I can do? And like, oh yeah, shit, I've got an essence ring.
Now, essence ring is something I can get on board with for some reason. I love essence.
I don't know if it's because my keybind for neutral items is too weird or something, but I just keep fucking forgetting to use them. I'm getting better with it though.
PL going Manta first.
Against...
Oh. A fight is happening.
This is a dead Daniel.
You're dead.
It's very dead, Daniel.
Eric in a bit of danger here. The ice path is not bad. They can turn on the hunter. Just gets the ult. Can he get the purge off? He can. Oh, he's walking in the flames.
He walked back into the Macapar, I think.
That was a tough one to get out of.
Yeah,
so that's
cutting him off like that.
Spells burnt on both sides, 1 for 1.
Alex is going to blow it here.
He has landed the spear. Nice nightmare.
Sesagura is going back. Oh, he's still alive. And you're right, Alex has in fact blown it. I'm loving this aggression. Sesagura is 100% dead. Oh, wait, maybe he's out of range. He gets away with it.
I thought I could get the Jakiro, is the sentence there. There's 3 heroes down here. What's the point? Even if you kill the Jakiro, there's a decent chance they kill you. You're the 3. Just go hit creeps.
He did at least pull attention away from PL, who is catching up nicely. So that is the one benefit of it.
Yes.
He's catching up nicely.
Are you saying space creative?
Yeah, he's actually...
He's actually 85 to guess.
How bad? I wasn't here for the last like 4 minutes. How bad was he doing before?
It was less him doing bad and more his Omni was being horrifically bullied.
Right.
I think, and his CS was less than Slardar's. Obviously, no longer the case.
As usual, by the way, the goons are well aware that this PL is going to fuck them later, and they're going to struggle against PL because they always do. They've got AoE with Jakiro and Quap, I guess, but CK and Bane certainly are going to struggle to find the right PL. But none of them are focused on this PL.
Y.O.S.O. And I think GrumpyNerd's dead. For some reason, he just didn't use his glaives when he was clicking. Not sure what that was about.
That's unfortunate.
In fact, I think if he used the glaives, he might have been able to get the mana of Y.O.S.O down enough that he can get another crush off.
But look at this again. None of the focus is on the PL lane. They're just going to leave him to it and be like, "Fucking PL." But they could go and run at him, but they're not gonna. They're all just
and then they're
going
to be like, "Oh, this hero's just too strong. We just can't beat him." And you watch what actually happens in the game. It was just like a couple of years ago now. But do you remember when Cock was certain that he knew how to farm and was farming correctly, and he didn't know why he never earned any money? And then we watched one of his games, and for 4 minutes he did not hit a single creep as a pos 1.
Yeah.
He was just like, guys, I have no idea what I'm doing wrong. I feel like I should be doing everything right. I mean, I'm farming well. And then you look at his farm, and like...
That was his jug, right?
When he says he's doing well, it's like he's got 40 losses in like 10, 11 minutes. So you're like...
He is currently alive on the map. That is Cox doing well, for sure. Yeah,
because his normality is just him getting like owned over and over.
Shout out to Cock Bloodseeker, an absolute staple of terrible games.
His jug in that game was the worst I've seen. That was as bad as it goes. If I remember rightly, he was still going Battle Fury when they were taking their tier 3s. I think that's correct. I could be wrong, but it was like a legendary Cock performance.
He had like a 30-minute Battle Fury, and then he went for BKB afterwards, which is crazy on Jug. He went for BKB for some reason.
So he does nothing at 45 minutes, like nothing.
Right. I just don't know, like, the thing is, there is no guide that will ever tell you to do that. I don't care if you think Tort's guides are shit.
Not even that shit.
They're not going to tell you to go Battle Fury, BKB.
No.
So what was he following? Like, I feel like it's dangerous for these lads to go out on their own without a guide, because things like that happen.
You know what? I know that he says,
guys,
I think I need a BKB, and no one's gonna say, for the love of God, don't do that.
Well, I think I think he doesn't say that because he's scared of like someone making fun of him or whatever. He'll just leave it. Like, I'm just gonna do my dog shit thing, and hopefully it's fine.
I bet he'd mumble it.
Well, no one was saying anything, so of course it's allowed.
Especially if Miles is in the game, like, it's hilarious how many people are truly terrified by Miles. Like that, like you'll have people who are like super talkative and they're like really friendly, and then they'll lay with Miles and it's
They
just
lay
like
with Miles at one time.
silence. Like they don't want to like anger the beast that is Miles, because if you don't lay. It feels like you've disappointed him, and you're like he's not like shouting at you, but he's just like really pissed off. You feel like you ruined his day.
I think Miles is like a lot of people that don't say much, in that when they do, you feel it more. Like I talk all the time, and people ignore me most of the time. Rightly so. I talk a lot of bollocks. If you rarely speak, when you do, people will pay attention. Miles is like that.
One of the hardest people I've ever had
Again, the Jakiro is the focus. Get Jakiro.
Yep.
They get him.
They got him.
They got him.
Well done.
Just telling me persuasion or whatever.
Matey wants to die.
Oh, Y.O.S.O
Big
did.
crush.
Try and break up the fight.
Hunter in trouble. They're gonna back it up. Here comes Griff.
I think they'll get him.
Got that diff now. Matey gets the
Alex
nightmare
misses
off.
the thing. Can he get out? No. There was a grip as well.
Nicky!
Wait, so no, the grip man died. Who? I don't know what he was gripping then.
Possibly an illusion, but possibly a hoodwink. I was going to say that the hardest person I've ever laned with, not because they were bad, because they're terrifying, was fucking Slacks. Because Slacks notices everything he thinks you're doing wrong and comments on it, and you get into your own head, and it gets so hard. You feel like he notices every single CS that you miss.
Well, he's a hyperactive maniac.
He is a hyperactive maniac.
Who's horrible to play Dota with. Genuinely. Like, I know people call me Toxic Ted. He is really unpleasant to play Dota with.
There's a lot of, like, whenever he's, like... I think he was, like, preaching about, you know, we should be less toxic in pub games or whatever. The Reddit thread for that was just, like, 100 people saying, I played with you.
You were the worst.
Last week, mate, you were a fucking cunt.
Is he involved in the new casting thing that you're doing? Is Slacks going to that?
What, the major?
Yeah.
He's on the talent announcement.
Oh, cool.
It's going to be a bit of an experiment.
Ooh.
A few things happening. I mean, I'll be one of the hosts, which is an experiment itself that could go
Well,
disastrously
it's more
wrong.
of a reversion to form.
No, I've never hosted anything ever.
Have you not hosted? Oh no, you were an analyst, weren't you, at TI6?
Let's say panelist, more than analyst.
Arab Thorin is AFK.
Yeah.
Oh, good toggle though. Toggle it back on. That was some good toggling. I think it was actually.
Why does he run back in?
I think he's genuinely AFK completely.
He's super excited about landing the toggle.
I
think Griff is just going to carry this game. He's super low. Daniel, you have spells, but you're still.
Chorus has spells.
Okay, he might kill. Oh, Griff just got his manta delivered. He needs the manta. Oh. Yeah, he could have.
Could have toggled to strength threads, would have saved him. Could have wanted, would have saved him. Could have manted.
Two stick charges might have helped as well. Just a little bit.
Yeah, he could have done a lot of things. But, you know, the run around his circle is also quite effective.
Yeah, I was watching that CK at the fight. He walked in, stood in his own macro pyre for 4 seconds, doing nothing, just standing completely still. Then tried to ulti, at which point Global Silence came down, and he reverted to just standing completely still. And then after that, he made 2 sick toggles, and then walked back in and died.
Yeah.
I really was quite confused. Maybe he was controlling an illusion or something by accident. It does happen in those crazy fights.
I should be back playing
yeah, not sure.
Nenesk, I saw you in a stack today with Snoogles and Eri, and I thought, that's going to be a hard game. And I opted out of it. So I can believe that you would be in-house worthy. But I also think, incredibly, you'd be maybe a little too hard on yourself. I would dominate these games. Like, I'm not even kidding. I think I would do very well in these games. That's how bad they are. I really believe that. On the right hero, I would crush these lads. Because you've seen these games. They're unbelievable. Like, some of them that people don't have any farm after half an hour of complete freedom. It's my birthday. It is my birthday next week. We're on the Inhouse's day.
Oh, really?
And, as a birthday treat, I could play in one of the in-house games. I wouldn't mind doing it.
That would be very funny. I've joined Eri in I think my private wishes. I want to see Haz in the in-houses so badly. Because if he wins, he proves nothing. But if he loses, oh my god, it would be brilliant. They've caught Jakira again, poor lad.
'Tis the role of the POS 5, or POS 4 in this case. Oh, there go the geese. Flying over me hoose. In the morning, the swans come in. You hear them. Flying over. That's the noise they make.
Yeah, what people don't realise about the swans is you look at them like gracefully and serenely floating about, and they are just fucking monsters.
They make such a racket.
Them and the foxes.
That's
foxes
a good ult from Hunter, by the way.
It was a very good ulti. I think there's a.
Ah! Now the CK ult comes out, but it's too late.
And he's alone against 5. Oh, not alone. Stegosaurus is with him, but not enough, I think.
So the foxes go. Ah! Ah! In the middle of the night. Just when I'm nodding off to sleep, in comes the fox.
It sounds like a child is in grievous pain outside your window, and the first time you hear it...
And then this one.
Oh, that's a great one.
It's awful. Fucking awful. And then, yeah, the geese in the evening fly over my house. Just navigating. Fly over this house and then keep going straight, yeah? Yeah. Keep flapping your wings, yeah? We're gonna flap our wings, yeah? Yeah, yeah, yeah. You still with me? Yeah. Honk, honk, yeah, I'm still with you. Well, that's all they're doing. And the ducks...
Oh, I read an amazing...
When the ducks fly over, they just seem to be delighted that they can actually fly. Because you look at a duck and you think, these are a flightless bird, quite clearly. When they're flying, they're just like, quack, 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 quack. Can you fucking believe this, dude? We spent all day swimming, but we can fly.
I would like to hear your thoughts on this, Ashwin. I don't think Orchid is what you're supposed to build on Quap anymore.
I honestly don't know since the patch has changed. Like,
yeah,
you didn't build it before the patch, and they've removed a lot of the intel from it, so I probably wouldn't build it now.
You're meant to get the Sanjin Kaya and then BKB.
Yeah, that's what you did before
and
the
shard.
before the
very,
patch.
very little
I
has
don't
changed.
think they changed anything
Nothing
about
has
it.
changed.
So, yeah.
Nothing has changed.
So still indeed.
Like now, in
Kaya,
fact, with the shard changed at 15 minutes, it's even less reason to get an Orchid, because at 15 minutes you're silencing people.
Yeah. He has obviously not chosen to do that. He's also consistently failed to Orchid the Omni. And I'm concerned that no one on Radiant team has made any money at all in the past.
They're gonna smoke. Watch this.
Yeah, this is smoke movements, and they're like yelling at whoever's not with them.
Where's the smoke? Shall we smoke? Someone says.
Look, they just,
yes.
Oh no.
Who has it? Oh no, I don't have it. It's coming. It'll be here in 5 minutes. No one has one. They were just fucking fannying. What's this flying out? A shard? I assume
it's a shard.
Yep, it's for Quap. Daniel.
Why is it called as capturing an already captured shrine?
Wait. He does have it. Okay.
The southeast outpost was captured twice by the Radiant in a row.
Interesting. You can if there is some way to like channel on it in a weird way that I do sometimes. I don't know what causes it, but it just messes up.
Top tower is under attack.
I think maybe it's like starting the channel just when it's about to be ticked over by the other person or something. It's weird. I do think Dire are just kind of looking to either go tier 2 or Roche now. There's not really much else on the map left to do.
So the shard does do less damage. It deals 125 instead of I think it was more. Miles is saying it does minus 50 damage. But I still think it's pretty decent.
Yeah, I think still at 15 minutes it's just going to be worth buying.
Against the Securias.
Y.O.S.O is a big B. Oh, that's a decent ult. Daniel's blinked in. I'm not sure about this, buddy. Griffith's just sort of beating away and
owning everybody.
Great little care.
Aaron Thorin did not cast a single spell except his ulti in that fight. I'm having a lot of questions about this CK. He's even for carry players in the in-house, he's having a bit of a shocker. And Griffith's pogging off.
Yeah, Griffith's just unmolested, clicking lads.
Yeah.
It's not looking good for Italy, I must say.
No. And this is, you know, Y.O.S.O, as the representative and king of Italy in the Discord, has been crushing the in-houses recently. And now
Italy have had a cracking sporting year, or at least sporting last 12 months.
Have they?
Doesn't translate to esports.
Well, they won the Euros.
They've got the best sprinter in the world, and
what?
Yeah.
Really?
They won a game in the Six Nations after 7 years.
Yeah, they won their first game in the Six Nations.
The greatest try of all time.
Yeah, so they have the Olympic champion in the 100 meters. Also, he's like a lad who's like not very small, so he's pretty like poor over the 60-meter distance. He just beat like the 60-meter world record holder like a week ago. So not
is he called Usain Bolt?
No, he's got a very American name. He's called Marcel Lamonte Jacobs.
Oh, and yeah, they're winning in the Ferrari's winning in the Formula One.
Yeah,
that's another one. Italy, they're just crushing it.
They beat Wales, well, they're barely a country anyway, so. Take that, Snoog.
We have a lot of Welsh people in here that knock me out.
I believe that's some kind of territory of the United Kingdom, are they not?
A principality, I think the word is.
A protectorate. We'll look after you, little Wales. Just lost 20 subs. I'll have to go to the Argentinians next, and then Jonas will never gift a sub again. Las Malvinas are ours!
I fucking knew that was coming. I was literally waiting for that one. I was like, he's thinking of something to do with Argentina, and just light bulb goes off.
Look, Mrs. F is let me think, a quarter Welsh, so.
So that makes everything you say fine.
Yeah. Her grandmother was Welsh.
This is gonna validate. This is gonna validate what Haz says now. He's gonna, say, fucking.
Bob says he would rather have Cardiff as his capital than London. That's because Bob's a fucking idiot.
I don't know if Bob's ever been to Cardiff before.
I don't know if he's ever been to London before. This is over.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely is. But at least this one's over at like 26 minutes rather than the 10 minutes it was over at last time.
Cardiff's a shithole. I've been there twice. It's a fucking dump. If you don't like London, I literally don't care about your opinion.
I mean, you have to. If you say you don't like London, you kind of have to specify, because it is, it's as big as a fucking county.
It's anything that you want it to be. You can find it in London. I don't like it. It's for the cunts. You're right. The rest of the country's fucking
people
banging.
say you don't like it, probably didn't like one specific area, and that's fine. There are shit areas in London.
Yeah, there's loads of shit.
There are shit areas everywhere.
Welcome to the United Kingdom. We got a lot of shit. Not fucking Sunderland, man. It's fucking banging. Fucking.
Roche being claimed.
I'm waiting for CK to do anything in this game.
I think his team are waiting for the same thing as well. He's also not there. I didn't realise this. Radiant are looking to stop this Roche, and their CK doesn't give a shit.
I'm not sure if they can stop it because Daniel's gone after a fucking hoodwink.
And Daniel's.
And Y.O.S.O is dead.
Yeah, this hasn't worked very well. They're gonna get the Roche. Yeah, that's pretty bad.
It is over. But that is terrible. But it won't matter.
Slardar just feels really shit when you're playing from behind.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
100% agree with that.
It's something about his stun is just not very impactful when they're not afraid of you.
I think you need to get, like, you honestly need to have your Slardar farmed, because it sounds dumb, but I think he needs Echo Saber and BKB and Blink, and all of a sudden, he's really scary, which is why I've seen people just get Mask of Madness on him, and just, because you don't need to, like, you blink in, you crush them, you pop the Mask of Madness, and you just batter them. Like, you don't need anything else.
I think the hero is probably still good with this new shard, with the applying corrosive haze to all heroes hit by Slithering Crush. That's like a great, easy way for your team to have good follow-up.
And total vision, right? So.
Yeah. I mean, obviously he has bought it, but I do think the player probably has a place in the meta. Just like you say, just seems really average.
They're all fighting in the Macropire and still living. Griff is enormous. The illusions might do for Steph as they did. It's been called.
They called it. God bless.
Well, that was Iron a game.
It was Iron a game.
Yeah.
I wanted to diss on this CK.
I think that's fine. A diss on for Erb for doing basically nothing. Do we want to on Griff? He's playing PL. I mean, I feel that, you know, against the Goons, winning with PL is like, you know. Also, Ireland now gets to claim.
Griff, to be honest.
Yeah, no, Griff's a good lad. Yeah, he's been around forever as well. PFU tag, bringing back.
I think it is just the PFU tag. It's tugging on my heartstrings, but I want to give him the on.
So let's say on for Griff. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. A GG.
And on to the third game.
Well, Ashwin has to go, unfortunately.
Yep. I'm out of here.
But we have a replacement. We have Munt, who's going to step in, and he can go as long as midnight. So as long as this game isn't... That's 11 hours. So we have to be done by 11. Yeah. So hopefully Munt could join us.
No 5v5 mids.
Yeah, please no 5v5 mids.
Well, the next game is another special game. I don't want to... I believe it's going to be.
It is not the drinking versus the.
It's the drunks versus the stoners.
Okay.
So
this is like a really like in some ways a very tragic like match.
So I hope Munt's there. I'm just going to pop the loo real quick.
All right, I'm swapping headphones. Be right back.
Okay. Just me and chat. Hi, Jonas. How's the whittling? I've been making my chess set slowly but surely. I've done the bishops. I need to do the king, the queen, and the 4 rooks. Or I need to do 2 kings, 2 queens, and 4 rooks. I haven't. It's still bastard. I haven't done it consistently for a couple of weeks. I was hoping to get more done before I went on holiday, which is in 2 days. By the way, I won't be here for the next 2 in-houses, so you'll get more month. Lucky you. You want pics? I can put them somewhere.
What you were posting pics of?
The lads are talking about whittling into chat. I'll put them in. I'll put them in pics of idiots.
I don't know if I said because I got distracted by the move video, but that bishop is fucking sexy as hell.
Yeah, I'm going to Mauritius, which is a long flight, 12 hours.
Whoa.
Leaving. Flight leaves 8 o'clock on Thursday. 8 p.m. That is, not a.m.
Where Munt?
This is a good question.
I have atted him in energy. Whether or not he comes, up to him, really.
If not, then it'll just be me and Ashy B. It'll be fine. Oh, me and Plague, I mean. That won't be fine.
Yeah, that's a disaster. We desperately need mud.
Where are you flying to, buddy?
Mauritius.
Oof. Oh, it's away.
It is a long way away.
Still, it'll be worth it when you get there.
Yeah, the last time I went, I was so it's my my dad's home country. So I used to go there quite a bit to see the fam. Haven't been since I was 17, so got a lot of catching up to do. I've obviously changed quite a bit from when I was 17 to how I am now.
So there's going to be family out there and stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
So we're going to Bing Chill over there for 2 weeks. It's going to be intense. The only thing I don't like so much about it, it gets pretty hot. It's monsoon season, and the cockroaches are fucking massive. So 3 things to look out for, I guess.
Wait, did Munt say he's coming?
Yeah, he said it'd be 2 minutes.
Okay.
And if it goes too late, he's ditching, which I think is a very fair set of
it won't go
requests.
too late. It won't go too late. Not with bonks. Who's Ritzy Bits?
I don't know, to be honest.
Okay.
But possibly, well, we know why they've been selected. That's all we really care about.
I mean, they have Jack on the team as well. God bless him.
Mainly on Team Drunk, the highest functioning alcoholic of the Discord, God of Random, of course.
A great tank commander under pressure, and under the pressure of alcohol improves even more. There's Munt. He's in.
I'm surprised Stobbie didn't want to come in for Team Drunk, though I guess it is a bit late for him.
It's a bit early for him,
has,
surely, no?
He was an absolute legend at one of the meetups, going around handing out his little hip flask to everyone.
So was Francie, actually, at the Christmas meetup. Do you remember the one where we went to the Christmas fair thing in Central, what's it called? Hyde Park, is it?
Hyde Park? Yeah.
Christmas Wonderland, which is a terrible name for it.
Oh, that was a great one. She came to that one as well, didn't she?
Yeah, she did. And I think we went bowling. I think you guys maybe went bowling. And then I'm pretty sure we played indoor golf.
Yeah, it definitely involved indoor golf at some point. Most of them do. It's a great.
Was this at Leeds?
Activity.
No, this was the London one. I don't know if you were there, Ashy B.
I've been. I think I've been a 100% jam attendee.
So you went to Winter Wonderland with everybody else?
Yeah.
Okay, so you were there. There was quite a few people turned up actually for that. I
think at Francie's Leeds jam we did.
Escape rooms, didn't we?
We did escape rooms.
We did escape rooms in Shepherd's Bush as well.
Where did we do bowling?
Yeah.
Wasn't that Leeds as well?
I remember seeing pictures because I couldn't make it till a bit later. I met you guys at Winter Wonderland. I think you'd been bowling, then went to Winter Wonderland, and then we went to golf.
It might have been darts, to be honest,
or
not
escape.
bowling.
It might have been darts.
Darts was definitely London.
All right, so that was darts.
We went to like the Flight Club or something.
Yeah, the Flight Club. Yeah.
Right. So you did darts, then Winter Wonderland, then we went to the escape room.
5 seconds.
Yeah, that's it.
We didn't do golf after the escape room because that's right up the other end of town.
Radiant team.
We may have done.
I think we went to the pub. I don't think we did golf that time. I'm gonna be honest.
Golf was one of the ones where Greg forgot his bloody ID, didn't he?
Yeah, that was cock jam.
That was cock jam. That was a great one.
We started off over in, where was it? It wasn't Camden. It was near Whitechapel. Up from there was a pub. Arca was there, I remember. Cock was there.
Is this for cock jam?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we did start in that pub, didn't we? Yeah.
It was like a long restaurant.
A long pub. Yeah, I remember. A very long and thin pub.
And then I think we went. Where did we go after that on Riley Jam?
I think it was to the golf.
It was to the golf after that, yeah. Because they were coming from the Imperial War Museum. Greg and Riley.
But that wasn't the Greg version. That wasn't when Greg failed to get in. That was a different time, I'm sure.
Well, Greg didn't have ID for he didn't have his ID at some point. I think he was ordering a drink at the restaurant and he didn't have ID, and the lady asked, and he was like, "I don't have it." I'm so sorry, man, I don't have it. And then the lady was just like, "Ah, it's fine, whatever."
But I promise I am 18.
10 seconds remaining.
And you got that inaugural pick of Greg that has been used in many ways.
The schnoz pick.
Yeah.
The schnoz pick.
I best be off, lads.
All right, mate.
Enjoy.
Take it easy.
Oh my god! So I think it's going to be the nature group versus for the stoners.
Oh, because they're all picking nature-based, leaf-based heroes.
versus the Drunkards
Drunks.
for Team Drunk.
I wouldn't call Ogre drunk.
Yeah, I don't know how Ogre fits into it, but
I
I
guess
guess
he seems like he could be drunk.
Radiant team banned.
Leaf-based.
What other heroes are going to be picked on Team Drunk now, actually?
Dire team
Eri, the only
Because
time
aside from Brewmaster-
I've seen you was at Brum, and people pointed and you were sat in the VIP section,
Oh yeah, he didn't sit with us.
and everyone was like, "That's Eri down there with all the hair." I was like, "Oh." I think I saw Miles. I think it was Miles.
10 seconds.
I think we sat Miles next to you, knowing he'd find it really awkward, and everyone else finding it really funny.
I made it
He
more
was
awkward
terribly
by
awkward.
telling him how handsome he was, and he even more embarrassed. It was very funny.
So for Team Stoners, I guess it's going to be something like Enchantress.
It has to be Prophet.
She's fairly leafy.
It has to be Prophet.
Prophet, that's a good one. I can't think of other heroes that are drunk though. I guess Alchemist has a thing going on with.
Oh, it's
with
gotta be
brews.
Alk. Gotta be Alk. I assume they've organised which heroes they're gonna pick with each other, so that
Yeah, I'd hope so.
so the bans really shouldn't be that hard, lads. I think they're having to consult some fucking list.
Well, they have to make sure they don't ban out heroes that the other person wants, I guess.
The lads forced me to sit next to you. I can't do small talk.
It was so funny.
Well, we could have broached a big subject if you
5
wanted.
seconds remaining.
How about the problem in the Middle East? I could have opened with that.
That's more like a has kind of opening topic of conversation, to be honest.
No, Haz would say something like, I met a bloke from Syria the other day, actually, just, he fucking
took a shit on my head and I
shit on
fucking
some
didn't do
bloke
anything
who
about
turned
it.
out was a fucking sheikh, so they cut his legs off and flushed him down the toilet, and that's how I met him. Oh,
10 seconds remaining.
Nature's Prophet? Who do they pick this
Seconds
drunk?
remaining.
Let's have a look at drunk heroes.
The only one I can think of is Alchemist. I can't.
It has to be Alk.
Kunkka is a
Kotl
sea
seems
captain.
a bit drunk. Kunkka and Kotl and Alk, I would say. Kotl.
Because at least because Kunkka's alt buff is called like something rum, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Radiant team
Yeah, so that might be one of them.
Jakiro?
Okay, Jakiro's not drunk.
What?
So maybe Stoner's the only one.
Tiny? Because it looks like a big joint?
10 seconds remaining.
That's a good one, actually. It is a giant fucking zoot.
5 seconds remaining.
Morph? What are you chatting?
Oh, Tiny's a stone. Oh. Good God.
Or
That's bad.
just poor.
I prefer the giant zoot interpretation.
Dire team pick.
What? Because he also looks like he's holding a
He's
fat,
holding a giant stick,
fat
yeah.
doob. I'm sure I've seen a picture of
10
Miles.
seconds remaining.
Yeah, there's pictures of Miles. I just don't think he was part of a picture
There's
of Brum.
Al. Oh, it's because he makes stones, so he's a stoner.
Oh, right. Good God.
They're clutching at straws.
I agree. It's got to be.
I'm still more confused over the Jakiro.
Prophet has to be in here.
10 seconds remaining.
Jakira makes no sense.
Jakiro is one of the lads saying, I can't play any of these heroes. I've only played Jakiro.
We'll ask them to
Oh,
explain.
fine, we'll break the fucking RP for you.
Liquid Fire. Oh my God, of course. Liquid Fire for drunk.
That's terrible.
That is just.
Well,
I
I
mean,
don't know.
we're
If you
not
drink some
morphing.
spirits, that
We're
burns
not
down your
morphing.
throat. Liquid
Well, they won't
Fire.
get Morph.
Morph is
What about any
literally...
hero that uses
well,
water?
Morph
now
is made of
fucking
water.
Morph is water.
Water is the
That's
opposite, of drunk, isn't it? That's the opposite. Shocking.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah, but you mean...
you drink water though. Team drunk could just be literally the past tense of drink.
Radiant team back. Dire team back.
It's got to be Kunkka.
I feel like Kunkka makes a lot of sense, but at the same time,
It has
obviously-
to be Kunkka. There's no doubt in my mind they're going to pick Kunkka.
yeah, the rum is just too perfect. But someone else has said Ember Spirit because he's a fire spirit, so going for the
10 seconds
liquid flame again.
Wait,
Maybe
there's,
that's what they'll
there's
go
a
for.
picture of Bob. I have no idea what Bob looks like. None. I don't think anyone does unless they own a fucking one of those fancy microscopes. Electron.
Yeah, you don't want those macro loads.
Dave has also found. Do you remember when Luke, for no reason, posted a full naked picture of his arse?
I do.
Was that the Leeds one? I think that was.
I thought that was Brum. I thought that was.
It might have
him as
been
a
Brum
girl.
actually. It was bizarre either way.
Radiant team pick.
Well, they last banned Enchantress. What? They've decided to ban a drunk hero after all. Sorry, a stoner hero after all.
Look at the lads having to share a bed. Bless them.
Dire team pick.
Riki.
Smoke Cloud for Ricky. I can get that one.
Yeah.
There we go. Kunkka.
Hero.
Tons. There's a lad we don't see anymore. It's Tons. Wonks. Don't see Wonky about as much. Plague wearing the Cine t-shirt. Very pog.
The Cindy t-shirts was a fucking great idea.
Francie has the exact same hat as me. That is my hat. Plague giving the middle finger to the camera. Shocking.
Bob keeps posting that picture every now and then. He'll just, for some reason, he finds it greatly funny, me posting the middle fingering the camera.
Look at wee Bob.
Wee Bob.
That was funny. Wee Bobby. Wee Bobby B.
Wee Bob Lake.
And right lads, it's wee Bobby B here. I thought I'd come to the sub jam and meet all of yous and have a laugh. Please stop.
I think he's only
treading
come to Birmingham, right? That's the only one he's done.
me. Everything else is too far south, even fucking Leeds.
Yeah.
Somehow, even though it's further north than Brum.
Still waiting for the sub jam we put together that will pull Rorts into it.
Yes, it is, Bob.
Alrighty. They start off smoking immediately on Team Stoner. It's got to be liquid fire, right? That's the only thing that we can come up with.
Alfredo is typing. He's a dragon. Couldn't think of anything else.
Couldn't think of anything else. So they didn't even think of liquid fire.
They literally couldn't think of anything, so they fucking picked Jakiro.
Jakiro.
Morons.
Well, it turns out people in chat were more inventive than they were. So they both
30
dodged each
seconds
other.
to battle.
So which do you think impairs the ability to play Dota more? Being high or being drunk?
Well, if we look at Haz versus Greg as the example case,
It's got to be
Haz-
Haz then, yeah.
Haz is dog shit through and through, regardless if he's high or not. So there's consistency. Greg, when he's drunk, is fucking a significant decrease in performance.
But is
So I
that
would
because
go
Haz
for
has smoked so much that it's just
Well, he's
permanently
immune.
damaged him?
He's literally immune to it. I mean, his blood is green. You know, he's allowed to celebrate St. Patrick's Day, basically. Whereas Greg, you know, I mean, you remember that Christmas call?
I
Oh,
do
I've gotta
remember that
say-
Christmas
I've got to
call.
say, being drunk is worse. I've got to say it.
That Christmas call was the the cringiest few hours of my entire life. God bless Greg. Absolutely love him, but it was pretty bad.
I love Greg. That's
We all
why I
love Greg.
write all this slander about him.
Yeah, so I make up constant lies in front of 1,000 or so people.
Well, they're not all lies. Some of them are just slight exaggerations.
True, you're right. I mean, the woman thing is just spot on, to be honest. Everything else, a bit more questionable.
I said that like once and it just latched on. So there's no smoke without fire. So
There's no, so many people would not have found that funny if there wasn't some truth in it. You're right.
Exactly. I don't beat about the bush with that stuff. I'm gonna out.
But the one today was definitely more out there.
Well, what can I say? I just report the news, mate.
You're just reporting the news. It's fair enough.
If it wasn't true, why would Greg get so angry about me saying it?
Exactly. If it wasn't true, he'd just breeze over it. There's got to be a kernel of truth in there somewhere. What's happening with? Is this new? Is Brewmaster's new E good? Do you have any idea?
Yeah, I mean, he is better than he was last patch.
He was.
Because it's basically, if you think about it, he's basically the same as the last patch, but he now has a way better drunken brawler, essentially.
Yeah.
Because drunken brawler before was just kind of a bit RNG. It was alright. It wasn't like the fucking active was kind of all over the place. But now you can actually do some cool shit with drunken brawler, making it even more annoying.
What's this shot? It gives him another drunken brawler thing, right?
In the void breeding is bugged.
Is it?
I seem to recall a Reddit Fedora post about how the status resistance on the void spirit on the void brawler doesn't actually work.
That would be interesting.
If you already have status resistance, like if you have Sanj and
oh, I see. It doesn't stack.
It doesn't like work with it, so you basically. Well, this was a couple of weeks ago, so I don't know if it's been patched since then.
But they haven't actually done their big bug fixing patch yet from Valve. Their spring cleaning one, so
yeah,
it's entirely possible it may still be in.
Thank you, Fish and Bowl.
I mean, to be honest, part of me thinks that my laptop not being able to handle those was genuinely the game being like really poorly optimized.
You can accuse Dota of many things, but I don't think you can accuse it of being poorly optimized. It runs on.
I don't know.
Think about how many people from around the world can run Dota on like the worst
exactly. I mean, that is the point though, because if you actually check, a lot of people have the sort of issues that I had, which was just a genuine loss of FPS over time. I mean, there's no two ways about it, and I think as Dota 2 goes on and more partial effects get added, I'm worried what the performance is going to be, even 2 or 3 years down the line.
That's alright. You've got your big boy PC now, don't you?
That is true. I'm immune, and therefore I don't care what happens to anyone else.
How's Harry Potter going?
What's Harry Potter?
It's cursed as fuck. I mean, I've literally spent.
Have you told Flax about your Harry Potter run?
I don't know if he's seen it. Nah.
Is this on Elden Ring?
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
It's a build where I'm only using the crackpot consumables and throwing knives, basically.
What?
No weapon. All I've got is a torch, and that's only to light caves.
I saw you mention that. I can't believe you're doing it. So, how do you kill anything?
Hard. Well, it's quite difficult because if you go into a boss fight, like if I go into a boss fight, I've only got 15 pots to throw, and if he doesn't die in those 15 pots, I literally can't beat the boss.
So you don't use anything? Like
he doesn't use anything.
The torch doesn't do any damage.
No, the torch does do damage. I just have it in my hands to light caves. That's the only reason I've got it.
Sounds brilliant.
The big issue is, okay, so for a start, the only pot that you get at the start is a fire pot, which takes mushrooms and smouldering butterflies. Now, obviously, if you've played Elden Ring, you know that there's materials that nobody ever uses, right? You go down You go down a ledge, you pick up a butterfly, and you're thinking, great, why was this a reward?
Yeah,
Turns out, when you actually are using them, it's rare as fuck. So I'm actually going around and I'm thinking, a leaf? Holy shit, it's a leaf! And I'm actually delighted to find a leaf. Because I need it.
Oh, that makes sense.
So I started off, and you only start off with a few pots, right? As your keepsake, you can start off with 3 crack pots. Well, another 3 straight out the gate at Carle. But, you have to farm mushrooms and butterflies, and there's only one spot in the game where you can actually farm mushrooms, which is a site of grace south of the Lake of Agile, where 1 mushroom spawns right next to the grace. So, in order to make
I've
one
got
pot,
loads of mushrooms. They're everywhere.
Well, yeah, when you're not using them, sure.
Oh right.
Uses thousands of them.
When you use 1 mushroom per pot, I have to sit at the grace. And then pick up the mushroom, and then sit back down, get up, pick up the mushroom again.
Why are you doing this? This sounds awful.
Well, it was. Well, I mean, I put it forward to my chat, and they wanted to see it. Well, anyway, so the fire pot was getting cringe.
What
when
level
it was
are
only
you?
a few pots, like 50.
But you've beaten bosses with the fire pots only.
Yeah, I've beaten Margit, Godric. Godric was a bit.
So
Godric
how did
was
you
a
beat
pain.
Margit with just fire pots?
Well, I actually missed a bunch of the fire pots, which is a bit of an L, and I ended up just throwing like little dog shit bone darts that I had. I managed to kill him with 1 HP.
I'm guessing
there.
Rogier put in a shift.
No, I didn't. I couldn't afford to summon Rogier.
Oh.
Because he increases the boss's HP, so
Of course.
I can't do enough damage.
Do you even have
like
summons?
No, I do have summons. I'm trying to get the cracked jar summons, the soul jars of fortune.
Right.
But they're in the capital, so I ran all the way to the capital and I couldn't beat the boss.
Oh.
But what I had to do is just give up on the fire pots at the start of the game because it was so tedious having to farm mushrooms. So I ran, and bear in mind I hadn't even beaten Marga at this point. I ran all the way through Leone of the Lakes, up through Altus Plateau to Mount Gelmir.
Right.
Just so I could get a recipe to make volcanic pots, which take rocks, which are like super easy to farm. So then I farmed 999 of these volcanic rocks, which took about 3 hours.
God almighty. But why are you doing this?
Well, you know, I mean, there are things in the game that increases pot potency.
But this is this is going to be so slow.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm coming up to Renala now, which is going to be a bit of a ball ache. But the main issue is, so for example, the Crystallians, like crystal guys that have the spear and right, I can't kill those because you need to deal physical damage to them in order to break them.
Right.
So I don't have any source of physical damage except daggers. So I'm just chucking daggers at this thing, and it's taking 5 damage per dagger. And you can only hold 40.
That ain't gonna cut it.
I can't beat them. I won't be able to beat Rykard because I can't use the sword that kills.
Oh my god.
And yeah, I mean, the main issue is when it gets to any sort of AI NPC invader, you know, the sort of player invasion type thing.
Right.
It's not possible because they dodge every single dagger. They dodge as soon as you're throwing the pot or the dagger. They're already rolling, so it's so impossible to actually hit them with anything. So what I've got to do is manually throw the pot at my feet and then run away and hope that the AI runs through the pot in order to do a bit of damage. So I mean, it is cursed, but you know what? We're getting there. We're getting there. I mean, I'm in Leone of the Lakes. We've beaten a fair few bosses. I think I've spent about 4 hours on stream farming rocks.
Wow.
Everyone's enjoying that.
I do think it is a lot more fun when someone has like a theme to their build. You know, Bronson was fucking genius. I love watching Bronson fist his way through the game.
Bronson. I mean, the fist definitely had issues. There was those 2 ways. I'm very surprised I managed to beat Melina with it. But the hitboxes on the Erdtree avatars was actually ball breaking.
Sylvan Main 87 just resubbed for 1 month.
Because you know, like for example, when you're playing, you know, if you're fighting a dragon, you obviously just target whatever, like, and with your mace, for example, you can hit it. But with the fist,
yeah,
the fist is so close range that you'll be hitting, and it's like that sort of meme where there's a big guy holding the little guy's head, and he's trying to like punch. You're actually touching the guy, and you can't hit him with your fists because the hitboxes are so scuffed.
This is a pos 3 Earth Spirit, by the way.
It is, and I just saw Alfredo make an actually insanely good play, where he placed down a predictive torrent that was going to miss to get a kill on Jack, and then the Earth Spirit kicked Jack into the predictive torrent and killed him.
Wow.
I was like, obviously Alfredo just predicted that would happen and placed the torrent that far ahead.
Of course.
Oh yeah.
As a genius read. I've noticed Lundgren has played pretty impressively well. I've been surprised with how good Madge is.
Bonk says, "Hey."
Nice.
She does. I wonder why.
I think she's just mashing the keyboard in traditional Bonk's fashion.
I think Bonks has just died again.
Nope, she has saved the life of her 3. Well played, Bonksford.
Well played, Bonks.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Jack pos for Ricky. I hope I never have to see this again.
I mean, talk to
He has a cool set, so I can understand why he's picking
Talk
it.
to fucking Hawes.
Well, there was the... Oh, big fight going on bar. Got around, you're not going to be able to get a dog off.
Unbelievable dog shit picks.
That was a sexy ice bath. But...
I was, but it's just cost him his life.
Yeah, there's no follow-up damage, because the
Everyone's
boot to
dead.
travel first Alchemist is really bad.
Midas Alk.
What is this build?
Midas bots out.
Midas Alk is just... Well,
You're gonna just...
I mean, what? Dai doesn't want to win. You know, I mean, sometimes you have to... The lads, sometimes they get in a game and they just decide, you know what, it's actually better if we lose this game. So they just build Midas Alk.
But the thing is, this will farm slower than just having a Radiance. Midas is slower farm than just having Radiance for Alk.
It's dreadful.
It's bizarre.
It's clearly trolling for views.
I mean, the thing is,
To
if
garner a
he
reaction.
didn't have the Midas and hadn't got the bots, he would have this Radiance. He would have it.
I wouldn't even... You know what? I wouldn't even pay attention to it. I wouldn't even give it the...
You know what? You're right. You don't reward a
You
child
don't
for
reward
screaming their head off.
You don't reward deliberate trolling with a discussion about
Yeah,
it.
we just give him LVP
just
at the end of the
ignore it
game.
and just pretend it
Exactly.
didn't happen.
Make a mental
speaking
note, regardless of what happens, I'm
Fish_Inbo just
LVPing
gifted 5 subs.
Thank you for the
Yep,
gift
agreed.
subs.
I also didn't Has pick pos for Ricky after saying I think I'm going to pick good heroes from now on.
That was also
Was that
off
his
the
in his
double
I'm only
pos
picking
3
good heroes
necro
phase?
off lane.
Wow, no one was saying anything.
Well, that was literally, and then that game actually I didn't think of that play, but played a game the other day where Has insta-locks necro and was like, oh, I'm playing this pos 3, and me and Raw's like, no, you're not. You're just not doing that. He's like, well, fucking, I just wanted to play necro. Forced him to go mid. She did well mid. I was like, surprise Has. If you actually play your hero in the right place, it works out.
I think all of Team Drunk has just gone to get a drink.
They have.
It's so funny. And now all of Team Snyder has to go and get some munchy snacks. Yeah.
Weirdly enough, I'm looking at the XP GPM and it's not changing. What does that say about this team?
I'm disappointed that so many of Team Stoner are currently playing the game and not getting a snack.
Shocking.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I wouldn't be getting a snack at this time of night. You won't be able to sleep.
Why not?
Well,
Literally all just stood still.
If you
When-
eat before you go to sleep, it's not great for you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because
I'm an inveterate late night snacker. I'm eating biltong.
it depends what it is actually. If it's something that's
Biltong.
hard to digest,
Biltong.
I don't know.
It's hard to digest then.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, basically, if it's what you describe as easy on the stomach,
No.
then alright. So then no.
What does it do? Why is it bad?
Well, because what happens is you'll. I mean, I don't know the science behind it, but what I'll do is I'll just make up what I think it is.
Yeah. Okay. Go on. That's what we're here for. To be honest, we just want to hear this.
It's like if you try to sleep on a washing machine when it's on. You know, it's rumbling. If it's just a normal washing machine, you could do it. But when it's on and it's tumbling about, it's much harder. I mean, it's still probably doable.
I think it has more to do with it. It makes your digestive system make the rest of the body think that it's supposed to be awake. I think it's maybe something to do with it.
I reckon it's something to do with, you know, the electricity.
I like the washing machine analogy though. It was a beautiful
electricity
story.
from your brain is being diverted to the tongue.
Yeah.
In order to. It's like a power thing, isn't it?
Well, it's always like the old wives' tale of don't eat cheese before going to bed because you'll get nightmares.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a difference between, you know, if you have these sort of massive Christmas dinners and you have a nap after that, that's different because a nap isn't proper sleep.
Oh, it's going to be another big fight down bot lane.
Good work from that kid there. But midline, Madge is plaguing it up.
He is. I'm proud of him. This is. I'm astonished at how well he's playing this. He's making LDC look like a fool. And I've never seen Madge play this hero. Maybe he's quite experienced. I don't know, but he has not really put a foot wrong so far. I don't think you're going to kill Brewmaster though. That hero is impossible to chase down. Too many slows.
It's just so brain dead annoying.
It's just sensible from Bean though, just fucking off to their jungle and farming.
Yep. It also means Alk can't do the same.
And here comes his shard.
Alk still hasn't finished Radiant. This is so bad. No, we're not talking about him. Sorry, I forgot.
Yeah,
we're not supposed to talk about him.
Yeah. And Jack has
So
got
Bonks
no
is...
farm. What is this farm of Richard?
Just pos 4 stuff, mate.
I don't know what he's just the cloud.
Yeah, until
we can't even max.
he's got the sleeping dart as well, at least.
Sleeping dart is something.
Yeah.
At least that works well with nothing.
Team Drunk are having a lot of difficulty, that has to be said.
Well, a minute ago, Team Stoner were having a big problem. I will
They
say
were,
this.
but that's because 2 of their heroes weren't there,
Yeah.
and Team Drunk had Brewmaster ulti. Suddenly, when 5 of them show up, this Midas Boots of Travel Talisman of Evasion Alchemist is not so terrifying.
Maya says, I have played with these lads under the influence before, and this is the best performance I've ever seen from them. I think the issue is, Myers, that you're dog shit, and you make every game much harder. That would be my guess.
I've also noticed Bonks has purchased 2 energy boosters at this point.
Oh, yeah.
On the way to an Aether Lens.
They got mana issues, mate. Look,
They do have mana issues.
Brewmaster's got 100 mana right now.
The bright spark for Team Drunk is their Kunkka is actually quite farmed.
Your Undying did
Alfredo
great yesterday, Myers. Luckily, the enemy were complete goons. Like, those guys were bots, as Bob likes to say.
Was it a silver platter game?
Oh, no, it literally was. Like,
an SP.
Another one of my terminologies that has become canon.
Also, Myers, as I like to point out to you, you can't just do one thing right, and that completely discounts all the shit you do wrong on the regular. Oh, Ritzy Bits!
Oh my god, he got so lucky. Doesn't end up living, but how much mischance does Smokescreen give? 60%. Oh, we got both 60%ers.
Fear him! Fear him! I think if he fears him there, something good can happen, but no.
No such luck. He also killed the bear, so I think Madge is 100% dead.
As Red points out, the CM was 5 levels higher than their POS 1 in that game. That is the kind of game it was.
Oh, that's a beauty, that. Also, I'd like to point out that if I was playing any other hero in the game other than Alk, I could have Boots of Travel Radiance by 20 minutes, and he still hasn't got it.
I agree.
I could literally be playing CM farming, and I'd fucking have Butcher Child Radiance by now.
Well, you know what? Have a few bows first and then try it. That's the thing. It's hard to. Pyrion is in the best place for anyone to compare how they should be doing, given his habitual drunkenness in Dota.
Exactly.
It smashes down bevies. Like I think he's probably. I think Ted has unironically drunk more bevies than blinks I've made in my life.
Well, you only blink once a minute as well. So.
Once a minute.
60 an hour.
That's how many
That's
cycles.
already like one night. That's one night.
Oh, my Tinker game. Don't click on that.
Nothing net worth.
Oh dear.
God, that was.
That was a rough game.
Luke is the most criminal for hero damage end of game. That's just a fact. That's a factoid for you.
It is. But think of how much fun you have every single time at the end of a game you played with Luke, where you can click to the scoreboard, scroll along, and just feel justified in knowing that you did nothing.
He is a free scapegoat, and something I do like about Luke is that I can just Omega troll him in lane, and there's no.
I don't know.
Like
oh my god! Look how fast they take buildings.
I'm going to lose a Rax instantly. They're going to lose 2 Rax.
This is not the base race you want, boys.
They can. Lungru can take another second Rax there.
They haven't even taken a tier 3 yet.
Yeah, no, this is.
They're going for the end.
Oh my god.
They're going for it.
This is.
Alfredo's going to die to tower shots.
How is this how it ends?
I'm very happy about this.
It's not even a contest.
What?
Oh my god, the Kunka died! To the tower!
Who decided that they could base race against a lone druid and a tiny?
What? Did they just not want to play this game?
I'm telling you, dude. Dai just didn't want to win. I actually said, Dai just did not want to win.
Alright.
I mean, we're VPing LDC anyway, right?
I mean, I've got to hand it to the lads. You know, they've obviously heard that I couldn't do it until midnight, and they've, gone out their way to make sure that happens. So
just a little tip for the lads. If you're ever going to base race anyone, Tiny and LD are the last 2 heroes on Earth that you would want to do it against. Genuinely. Did he finish the Radiance? Shall we have a look?
He did. He just about finished it, but that is still a fat LVP.
Match fixing. It felt like it.
It was really weird.
But I mean, they just.
Can we finish fast? I haven't seen my girlfriend in 4 weeks.
Absolutely abysmal. Well, man, thank you. You were here for 25 minutes. Job done.
Oh, it's casting like it was actually done. Maybe like 5 minutes.
We talked about Elden Ring for 15 minutes and then flamed out for 5. So I think that was a pretty good game 3 cast from us.
Fantastic. Yep. All right, cheers, boys. I'll see you next time. Good game.
GG's.
Peace. Well, you guys are the fucking worst. That was terrible. That was absolutely terrible. Absolutely the worst thing I think I've ever seen. So congratulations. I'll see you tomorrow.